Israeli soccer fans appearing to have been targeted. They were in the city to cheer on a team from Tel Aviv. The mayor of the city calling the anti-Semitic attacks unacceptable and shameful. Random anonymous and racist text messages sent to people in more than a dozen states. ABC's Jim Ryan says they arrived on phones this week.
The text message orders the recipient, sometimes by name, to report to a plantation. The people who have gotten it have ranged in age from their teens to their 80s. The common thread is that they're black.
I was hurt and I was disappointed.
Just disgusting. There's nothing, comical about it.
I kept thinking, what have I done?
The texts are racist and offensive, but are they illegal? The FBI is interested because some of the messages contain threats of violence. Jim Ryan, ABC News.
Stocks coasting to close in on the best week in a year. The Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P have all gained since the election of Donald Trump. This is ABC News. New details on the lengths that Chinese spies will go to infiltrate American politics and President-elect Donald Trump.
Multiple sources tell ABC News hackers working for China's intelligence service broke into the phone used by Trump's lead criminal defense attorney Todd Blanche. The sources say in the lead up to the election, the hackers gained access to Blanche's text messages and captured audio recordings of some of his calls. We're told most of the communications involved family and friends, but the FBI is working to determine whether more sensitive contacts were compromised.
ABC News senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katursky. Police in North Carolina have a suspect in custody in connection with a dozen shootings this week on or around Interstate 40 in Raleigh. Charges against NC State student Andrew Thomas Graney include assault with a dangerous weapon with intent to kill and firing a weapon on an occupied vehicle. There's been one injury. In South Carolina, those dozens of rhesus monkeys are still on the loose. They escaped this week from a research lab. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
No word in the English language is less convincing than probably.
Are you sure we should get matching tattoos on our first date?
Sure. We'll probably stay together.
Probably? It's been 23 minutes since I ate. I can probably swim.
You should wait 30 minutes.
Okay, now tell me what to do. Cannonball! Cramp! Oh, I have a cramp.
I can probably hit the green from here.
Probably.
Can I get a mulligan?
Ready to go?
Hey, are you sure you're okay to drive?
Yeah, I'm pretty sober. Yeah, I'm probably okay.
Probably okay isn't okay, especially when it comes to drinking and driving. If you're drinking, call a cab, a car, or a friend. Buzzed driving is drunk driving. A message brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
KHOW News Time, 10:03.
By this time tomorrow, we could be digging out of a foot of wet, heavy snow.
By 7 a.m. on Saturday, south of I-70, a lot of that snow will have come to an end, and you'll begin the process of drying out and even melting a little bit as our temperatures on Saturday will stay above freezing.
Fox 31's Alden German. Governor Polis has declared a disaster emergency in advance of the storm, mobilizing National Guard troops. Denver Mayor Mike Johnston says he has not given up on Initiative 2R passing.
We think there is still a path for it to win. We have a lot of late-breaking voters who are young voters who we know are particularly affected by the affordable housing crisis. And so we think there's a chance it still succeeds.
The measure would raise Denver's sales tax by 0.5%, translating to a nickel on a $10 purchase. It would generate an estimated $100 million a year toward affordable housing over the next decade. That's the latest. I'm David Kale.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
That snow is really starting to pick up out here. We're actually starting to see it stick to the roads a little bit. A lot of slush and wetness out here. Splashback's going to be a huge issue for you. So might be a good idea to sit things out if you can. But if you are getting on the highway drive, you are going to see a dip in speeds out here. But things seem to be moving okay. We've had a lot of delays and cancellations out at the airport. Keep that in mind if you're catching a flight. And I-70 remains shut down both directions on the eastern plains. Probably will be all day long. Denver weather today, cloudy skies, snow showers continue, and a high of 33. It's 33 now. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of the first martyr of the abolition movement. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Because inflation made everything expensive.
Groceries, utilities.
Everything.
You need Inflation Salvation. Yes! 9 chances a day to win $1,000. Listen weekdays 9 a.m. through 5 p.m. on Denver's talk station 630 KHOW. Presented by Wind River Spas.
Couples are often divided when it comes to temperature, so Wind River engineered the Contrast 8 Therapy Spa. It's the only tub that combines the therapeutic heat of a Wind River spa with the refreshing feel of a cold plunge. Build and price yours at windriverspas.com.
Men, it's the holidays, a time of love and joy. But if you suffer from erectile dysfunction, the season can be tough on you. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you and your partner are experiencing struggles because of ED, change it up this year. Give the best gift you can give to the one you love by treating your ED and restoring your relationship. At the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, we're experts in treating ED, and as a Promenic restorative health practice, we've literally seen countless thousands of relationships renewed across the nation. Plus, with treatments having success rates well over 90%, coupled with many treatment options, we can likely find the right one for you. You may even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us and give your partner the best gift you can give this season, a renewed, restored relationship. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
Auto accident? Find out what your case is worth. Search Attorney John Fuller.
Denver's talk station has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword.
10 seconds, Tom.
Check. That's check. Enter it
Okay.
now at KHOW.com. Inflation Salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. It is Friday. What a snowy day. What a snowy week. We have a lot to talk about, though. It's car day. And do we have our experts in the studio yet? Are they accounted?
Should be there. We're getting them set up on video. It'll be a few minutes.
Okay. And Mark, you're at the home studio?
I am, man. I'm out in the winter wonderland that is known as Franktown. We got hammered, and it's snowing like crazy.
Oh, okay. Let me bring you up. I see your cameras there now, so we'll bring you up for those streaming the show on YouTube. Go to Troubleshooter Network, and welcome to the show, by the way. We're here to help you any way we can, solving problems, answering questions, taking complaints. But we do have our peeps on for the studio. We have Kevin Calkin, and we have also Jeff Vick. Kevin is with Sheridan Autotech, Jeff Vick, Kimmer Transmission. Guys, are you all accounted for? Did you make it okay? How are the roads? The roads were terrible for me. What about you guys? Okay. Apparently they're not ready. So I'll just move on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. You know, I just want to say something real quick. I can't truly believe that Trump has taken no action. He's not in office. And the meltdown of mainstream media. I swear to God, I'm reading the doom and gloom, and I'm saying, what? Did you know that American universities, true story, they're offering safe spaces
I saw that.
and counseling for students who feel threatened after a widespread Republican victory led by
We
Donald
have created a nation of
snowflakes.
Wussies. I'd like to use something else, but I'd check with Dragon first. But wussies, that's the best way to put
We'll
it.
stick with wussies.
Thank you.
Is the other word out? Anyway,
Yeah, I
doesn't
wouldn't want to. I mean, you can, but it all depends on context. So,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, but seriously, I mean seriously, safe spaces? Oh my God, I need a safe space. I feel so insecure. Speaking of that, celebrities have reported those who came out in favor of Kamala. Listen, people, I'm not talking politics. I'm just having fun here. Celebrities are literally saying they feel unsafe in public after coming out for Kamala. And now that there was such a big victory.
Yeah, you know what's amazing is how Biden got up the other day, and same with Kamala, and they both said, "Hey, it's going to be a very nice and pleasant."
Oh yeah, no. I think no. I think officially all of the Democrats have been very gracious. I really mean that, Mark.
Well, I understand that, but how is that possible when a week ago Trump was the biggest threat to our democracy? He was Hitler, a fascist. How is one thing true one week and then completely not true the next week? It's quite amazing.
Jimmy Kimmel, the one thing Kimmel said that made me more puzzled than anything in the world, he said it was a bad day for this, bad day for that, bad day for this, bad day for that. It was a bad day for journalism? What does that mean?
I hope they run all
the polls were wrong, maybe?
I think it's I think it's a bad day for biased, backstabbing, lying, left-leaning lunatics, maybe.
Well, that's a crazy thought within itself, because we know this. He just handed them 4 years of more smear. I mean, some of them are probably lucky to have a job.
Now, here's what I want to say. The Yemassee Police Department in Beaufort County, South Carolina, said that these research monkeys escaped from Alpha Genesis. It's the largest number of monkeys that ever escaped. I think there's 43 of them on the loose right now. They're on the loose. So far, not one has been captured, and they're not infected. They have not yet been used in research.
Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Remember the Wuhan lab, and nothing. They tried to blame it on bats, and nothing was infected, or it didn't come from there. How do we know these monkeys aren't infected?
Well, I think it's because they raise them there. They don't research them. But anyway, here's what I found out. They're on the loose. They are menaces. They can hurt you. Do not pet them. Don't approach them. But meanwhile, I heard some Democrats have offered them sanctuary. So they're going to be okay.
On the nightly news last night, it wasn't Lester Holt, but they literally came out and said, there's nothing to fear unless if you come into contact with them. I mean, how crazy is that?
Anyway. Renee, let's talk to Renee. Hi, our number is 303-713-TALK. On a serious note, we do love solving problems. 303-713-8255. So my wife said I was a little too rough on that woman who called in, who was, I don't know, she's going to be homeless, and I was trying to help her. Really, I didn't mean, all I said was, she was worried about how I was saying things that the woman said I was hurting her feelings. I said, look, let's not worry about hurting your feelings. Let's attack this and get you some help. She's living in her freaking car.
But she had an excuse for every suggestion you gave, too, which is very frustrating.
I know. People, we have helped people. We have in those dire situations. Usually, though, it's better if you contact us before it gets dire. Now, Renee, welcome. And you can also call 303-MARTINO, 303-627-8466. Okay, so Renee, let me bring Mark back up. Okay, Mark's down there. Is that a Rolling Stone shirt, Mark? Well, at least that's decent.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
My monkeys.
At least it's not the monkey. At least it's not the monkeys. Renee, what's going on with you? What's happening? How can we help you?
So basically, I moved into where I'm staying back at the end of February.
Now, wait, are you there right now, Renee?
No, I'm on my way to work, actually.
No, what I mean is, are you living there now still?
Yeah.
What's the name of the place?
There. It's the King's Rest Apartments on Colfax and Reed.
Okay.
And so basically, what's been going on is that ever since I moved, when I first met the guy, he seemed okay. He quoted me at $11.95 for my rent, and I said okay. And so I started staying there, and since I moved in, he's basically been harassing me and harassing my kids, my guests, threatening my kids, telling my kids that they were going to go to foster care.
Hold on. Why is he bothering you? Wait. You moved in when?
At the end of February.
You moved in, so let's say you moved in March, right?
Uh-huh.
And you were quoted $11.95 for rent. Did he go back on that?
Basically, he puts a demand on my door for rent in June for $12.95.
Now, why did it go up to $12.95? Have you been go?
And why the demand letter? Did you miss a month?
I never received any type of notice or anything.
No, Renee, here's what I want to know. Did you pay the $11.95 for March?
Yes, I did.
Did you pay it for April?
Yes, I did.
And May and June and July and August?
I did not pay anything for June because in June I started having problems with my plumbing.
Okay, hold on. So I really need to get this straight. So you paid for March, April, May. You did not pay June. Okay.
No.
Did you pay July?
No, because
Okay, hold on. Did you pay August?
No, and I had a reason why.
Did you pay? No, there is no reason. Did you pay September?
I had no work in plumbing.
I'm asking, no, but that's not the way. That's not the way you do it. I promise you, Renee, you did it the wrong way. So you didn't pay.
I mean, I did let him know.
Okay, but yeah, hold on, Renee. I'm trying to help you. I swear to God, I'm not saying you're a deadbeat. I'm just trying to help you. You did not pay rent for June, July, August, September. Did you pay rent for October?
No, because I.
Okay, so you haven't paid rent. You have not paid rent since June. Right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, under the law, hold on, let me just tell you something. You were supposed to take that money, if you really want to be pure here, and you were supposed to make the repairs. Did you?
I was not told I had to make any repairs. I was told.
You thought you could just keep the money.
No, everything. I did make repairs to the toilet trying to get it fixed
Let me ask you something. If you have kept money right now, by my calculations, you should have $6,000 waiting to be paid when things get fixed, or you have $6,000 you can use to help fix it, or what?
I mean, that's what I started doing. I started paying out of my pocket.
Okay, so what have you? So you've spent the $6,000 on what?
Trying to get the toilet fixed and.
Whoa! You can get a toilet fixed for $6,000. Did you get it fixed?
I got it mainly fixed, and then the manager came and finished the rest of it.
But
at the end of August.
Renee, I'm going to be truthful with you because it's not going to help you if I lie to you. You're going to be evicted, okay? You owe $5,975 in rent plus late charges.
Well, that's my thing. It's like I've never been to court on this, and I literally went to court yesterday, and I asked the judge.
Wait. Why were you in court yesterday?
Probably for the hearing.
Wait. Were you being evicted?
Yeah, she said he put a notice up a while back.
Okay, so what did the judge say yesterday?
Basically, they never took. I wasn't allowed to ask. I asked for counsel, and I was
just
denied
answer
it.
the question.
Renee, if you really want help, what you need to do, I swear, is listen to us because I know what I'm talking about.
I have to move. I know this, and I find out in 2 days. That's all I know.
Okay.
Other than that, is that she wouldn't take my paperwork of all my notes that I've written down.
Renee, you have to know this, okay? And I'm telling you this to help you. The way you withheld rent was incorrect. It was incorrect. You were in the wrong. According to the law, you deserve to be evicted. I'm telling you the truth. It's not that I like it. It's the truth. Now, did you save any? Be honest with me. Do you have any of that $6,000 saved?
No, because I also have 2 kids, and I'm sorry, but everything.
You don't. So how were you expecting? Wait, truly. So you're saying you withheld rent, but where did the money go?
on household needs that I needed.
Okay, then let me ask you this. This is really important, Renee. It went to household needs. What I need to know is this. What if there was nothing broken in the apartment? Would you have been able to pay your rent?
Yes.
Then hold on then. You're not making sense. If you would have been able to pay your rent, but you did not pay your rent because there were problems, what I need to know is what part of those problems cost you more money? I need to help you make an argument. You're saying you don't have any of that $6,000 because you had to spend extra money because of the problems, which means you didn't have enough to pay rent. What extra money, not normal money, what extra money did you spend because of those problems?
What receipts do you have for things like a plumber?
Or anything, any extra money that you spent. I want to help you.
We're going to need to take a break soon.
We need to take a break. If you want to hang on, Renee. Renee, I hope you didn't think that you were just going to call and get money. We need to know what's going on. And I promise you, if your rights were violated, we will fight for you. But so far, it sounds like the landlord's rights were violated. Please help me understand your case. More coming right up.
Don't let cold season make you miserable. Try the quick, drug-free solution for nasal congestion, Navage. Navage uses gentle suction to flush out your sinuses with refreshing saline, helping you breathe easier, sleep better, and feel healthier all winter long. And here's even better news. Navage is now available at select Costco locations in a great new value pack. It's everything you need to start breathing better fast. Check out Navage at your local Costco today. Navage, Navage, breathe easy.
Red Rocks Roof and Solar. If you're looking for a solar system, now I know you're not thinking about it right now in the snow, but you will be thinking about it, and it can save you money on heat. It can save you money on AC. It can save you money all the way around, and you do get tax credits. In fact, if you write the contract before the end of the year, you can get those tax credits. Why don't you contact redrocksrs.com? Red Rocks, they don't just sell the systems, they install them and service them. You can depend on them for commercial or residential. 303-704-2449. Now, hey,
Tom, send Kelly at help. Send her a link. I
Okay.
don't want to send her mine because I don't know how that works. Or I can send her mine real quick.
it works. It's the same exact one.
Oh, okay. It's just
It'll
a
just
waiting
go right alongside you. Yep. And then I have to take one at a time, right? Or I can take
Kelly,
both.
when you click on the link, you're going to hit join with video.
She's not in there right now.
Jesus, she's never in there. I swear.
Well,
No.
She's set up, so she's trying to set it up.
Studio trying
Oh,
to wait
okay.
for the link right now.
My bad,
Okay,
my
good.
bad.
Making assumptions, Mark. Yeah, there you go.
Hey, when I make an assumption, that makes an ass out of Tom.
Oh, God, that's a good one.
Hey, wait, is it close enough to Christmas to where we need to start being nice to Tom?
Yes.
This is what's the Gmail.
We're getting there.
Okay.
Well, not just
Tell her
because
to
of
check
Christmas.
the help email.
Okay, I'm gonna have you guys
There's a
served.
link on the
That's
help
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have you guys served.
Hey, and Dragon, tell her when she clicks on it, she hits join with video. But it's very important to hit the mute button on it.
Give her your headphones.
That's all she needs to know.
Oh, you can hear. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Yes. I didn't want you to do one of those.
Did you guys order pizza?
Not yet.
I did.
Yeah, Bo's buying today.
Awesome.
Wow.
I knew I shouldn't have came in today.
I mean, when people say they withhold rent, it's honest to God, they're just in for trouble.
Oh,
They
she's
think
in
it's
for
free
big
money.
trouble.
We need to make sure she's got receipts for every repair she's done.
But it's not going to equal the $6,000. I'll tell you what, a judge would have sympathy for her if she did. Really.
Oh, yeah.
But even the space shuttle wasn't safe.
Even if she didn't do it
If
properly.
she had any receipts, and she started saying something like, "I emailed something."
Well, no, if she has receipts.
Hey, Mark, she got questions. Go ahead, Kelly.
Talking to a mic there.
I know that, Talib. Come on, man. Give me a break. I'm not as versed as you are, but come on, bro.
And make sure you mute it.
Make sure you mute it.
Yeah, hit the little.
Yeah, I can
button
always
to
mute it too, but that's right. You should mute it. As soon as it comes in, I'll try to take it together and. I might have to do some manipulation of slides here.
It looks like the house is coming along perfect. Poly market's got, Democrats have like a 1%, maybe 2%.
Of what?
Taking control of the house. I mean, it's literally nothing. You'd be insane to bet it. You'd be betting like $1 to win a penny.
Are you betting on the Republicans?
No, I'm not. That would be an insane bet, too, because you're betting $1 to win a penny.
Oh.
I said that backwards.
Yep. She said she's got it. She just doesn't know how to mute it.
I saw a crazy movie last night that's really a good movie.
You got to, Kelly, when you go to the camera, if you look down
I don't even care if she mutes it. Mark, it's automatically muted when she comes in. It is.
Okay.
I kind of took control of that, so don't worry about it. Just go to the camera and come in.
And then set it up so we can see everybody.
Yep, she's putting it up now.
Except Kevin.
Yep, exactly.
What movie?
Oh, I saw a movie you guys got to see, The Enclave. Or no, not The Enclave, The Conclave. What? Conclave.
Was that good? That's about the Catholic Church, right?
Oh my God, is it good?
Is it scary? What's it? Isn't
No,
that
it's
when
just
they go
fun.
in and vote for a new?
No, it's the politics with the Pope.
Yeah, and how they try to ace each other out, but ultimately the end. Oh God.
But it's all in the smoke, right? If it smokes, they have a pope.
It's the color of the smoke.
Yeah, but that's not what the movie's about.
Local fiduciary advisors, TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
All right, you got to understand something, and I hope people do. When you call in, I want to help you. That's my first goal. But if you've done things that are wrong, we have to correct them, or it's too late maybe, but I need to find out. And a lot of people get the impression I'm trying to pick on people, and I'm not. When Renee called and said she was living in an apartment and she had multiple problems, okay? She was quoted $11.95 for rent. And she said now she got a demand for rent for more than that. And I said, well, tell me the story. And she said she had multiple problems and stopped paying rent for June, July, August, September, and October. That's $25 or something short of $6,000. She has withheld $6,000 in rent. Now, I'm telling you, even though she did not do it correctly, the judges in Colorado will bend over backwards for people not to evict them anymore. It's a renter state. It's not a landlord state anymore. This is an absolute friendly state. If you can show that you spent that money because of the problems. If you simply spent it because life caught up with you, that is not an excuse not to be evicted. Now, that is a problem, yes, and I feel badly for Renee, but it's not an excuse to stay there. Now, so what we're asking is a very simple proposition. Do you have receipts that you spent either on bottled water or other things because of the problems? Not necessarily even for repairs, but do you have receipts that show that you had to spend an extra $6,000 or at least close to that in order to stay there because of the problems? Do you have any receipts?
I don't have the receipts on hand, but I mean, they were purchased on like my debit card, so I can.
Okay, Renee, okay, hold on. I'll take you at your word right now. So what I'd like to know is what kind, you don't have to even prove it to me, but just tell me, what kind of things did you spend the money on?
A lot of it went towards trying to buy like air fresheners because the place is a really small unit.
Air fresheners.
$6,000 an air freshener.
Okay, we're talking about $6,000. Did you buy
Huh?
Huh?
My house is smelling like feces.
What? Okay, so are you saying the drains were not working?
No, the toilet. Maybe the drains too.
Now, where did you guys use the toilet if it didn't work?
I was still using it there. I was like, I didn't want to go anywhere at night.
Okay. So the place smelled like feces and you had to buy. So how much did you spend in air fresheners?
A lot of money. Like,
Give me an idea of how much you spent.
Pretty damn near like over $1,000 in air fresheners. Like, it's just a low air freshener.
Can I bring us, Tom, can I circle us back to reality? She was in court the other day, lost, and they're figuring out when the sheriff's going to come. I don't know if any of this matters at this point.
Well, if she had some plumbing receipts or something.
What's she going to open the court case back up?
Well, no, but well, maybe. I mean, I want to know this. You're telling me, Renee, that because of these problems, you had to spend $6,000 to stay there.
Yeah, plus the harassment. He caused
Okay,
my phone
Renee,
number.
I'm going to tell you something. Listen to me. I promise you, we can't help you because your argument will not stand up. You're going to be evicted.
I went in the court and I asked them for an attorney. I asked them for a continuance, so I may please get counsel. I was denied that by the judge.
Well, they don't give you counsel unless you're accused of a crime.
Yeah, that's for
Renee, where did you get the impression that you get a free attorney?
You can't seek counsel, though? I want to...
No. You can seek counsel, but the time to...
was for a continuance, so I may
do
seek
that
counsel.
before.
But, okay. But when you got the... Okay. When is the eviction? Hold on. Do you know when the eviction is, Renee?
No, I don't know anything. They told me... They basically told me, like...
I think that's the truest statement she's made.
Was this your first hearing, Renee?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
But the manager went in there and lied through his teeth on me.
How did he lie?
He tried to say that he knew nothing about the plumbing issue that I had. He claimed that
Renee, I'm going to tell you what your biggest problem was. You did not pay rent.
And yeah, I did wrong, but I thought I was in the right when I started withholding rent because according to Colorado, I may withhold rent if I had liable cause, and I did.
Not true.
Very certain way.
Not true. Not true, Renee. Not true. Okay? Here's what it is. You have to first write to the landlord or notify the landlord in writing, email or something. Hold on. You have to let him wait. You have to let him know about the problem. See, the problem, Renee, is you think you know everything and you know nothing. So let me tell you what you did wrong so it doesn't happen again. You write to the landlord and say, the plumbing is inoperable. I need it fixed within a reasonable amount of time or I will withhold rent. And when you withhold rent, that money is to be used to fix the problem. That's what the money is used for. You know, people, it's too far gone, Renee. It breaks my heart. It's too far gone, okay? It doesn't make me happy that somebody calls me and I tell them how wrong they were. But I'm hoping and I'm praying that there are people out there listening that won't make the same mistake. But I don't know what we can do to help you right now. Your rights have not been violated. But here's the problem, Renee. You're going to think your rights were violated. You're going to continue to think that. You're going to continue to think that the landlord is the fault, and nothing's going to happen. I don't know what to say, but you truly need to find another place to live. It's too bad. You maybe should have kept that money. Here's what you should have done. Kept that money to move somewhere else, and then you should have then used that money now to get to another place. But right now, you've withheld about $6,000 in rent. You want us to believe you bought air fresheners and other things that you had to do, and you blew through $6,000. The truth, Renee, is you don't have enough to pay your expenses. You need to maybe get someone to live with or have someone help share the rent. I don't know what else to tell you. I feel so bad for you and your children, but there's nothing we can do for you. If anyone has an idea for her, let us know. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. We have just gone through a situation here. I'm telling people, do not fall for this situation. Do not ever withhold rent thinking you're going to get away with it. And if you do withhold rent because you don't like the place, at least put the money somewhere so you can get another place. Frank Duran, the real estate man, will do a market valuation of your home to tell you what it will sell for based on all market conditions. You can trust Frank. He is honest. He is forthright. He will do buying and selling for you if you want, but no obligation to find out what your house will sell for based on his 30 years of experience. 303-920-1622. So are we going to have that, is she going to link up or what?
Yeah, it's up and running on the phone.
Well, it's not.
6:30.
And that shouldn't surprise us, but she's not in the room.
Oh, she's not. Yeah, she'll go in there and hit that link again.
Okay.
Is
That
sponsored
link
by Our
will
American
come right up.
Stories.
Mark does it every day.
Snow is starting to pick up across the city, sticking to the highways a little bit, slushy mainly on the east side, and there's some areas on the west side where it's mainly just wet. But we do have a couple
I don't know
of
what to do,
wrecks
Mark,
watch
if she
for on
can't
this
do it,
drive.
but it's okay.
Northbound 225 about 17th. That activity to the very wide right shoulder in there, so it isn't really slowing our drive any. And you do have a crash on the toll road. This is southbound E470 just after 120th. They are blocking up the right lane and backing up towards I-76 in there. Denver weather today, cloudy skies, snow continues, and we're shooting for a high of 33. That's where we're at right now. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. In our next episode, we'll tell the story of legendary sharpshooter and all-around entertainer Annie Oakley. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
You know, Joe Ciano is a certified financial planner, and he can help you to shore up your funds if you're getting older and have some lump sum you've accumulated, and you want to put it into some guaranteed account with guaranteed growth and guaranteed income. You can see Joe Ciano, mymoneymyway.com. He'll be happy to go over your options, and it is one of the few guaranteed financial products on the market. 303-779-6600. Okay.
I love how it's a civil rights violation that she didn't pay her rent. It's the best. Hey, Bo.
You guys have Tom, you got the video?
Hold on, let me look.
What is the video? Oh.
We're just making sure.
I got you. My bad. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, I heard him.
The camera's not up. It's just, did she get a message that she was connecting?
She took it back to the Dragon's working on it.
Okay.
So Dragon, just go to the email, click on the link, and that's, I mean, it's like just.
It's automatic. It really is.
Unless the camera's off or something weird. Maybe just reboot the phone. Do you have it? But, Tom, you're sure that same link can work?
Yeah, absolutely.
Multiple times.
Let me try it on my phone and make absolutely.
Actually, I got my phone right here. I can try it.
Publishing to is already in use. Please try with a different invite.
That's what I was afraid of.
Okay,
a
well,
different link.
All right, sure.
So it's Tom's fault.
Yeah, sure it is. Yeah. Okay. The link works.
I'm trying it on my phone right now because I'm on my
It's
PC.
not a single link.
Calm down. Calm down. I'll tell you what's going on.
Sure, go ahead. I'm going to check it too. I've not had that happen.
I got money on this one, but I haven't told you yet.
I've not actually had to. I got to look at Mark's here. Okay, I just joined it.
Can you bring yourself up?
Hold on. So
I think they would have to be separate links.
okay. Well, why don't you ask Talib, who's the master? It doesn't have to be separate links. There is one link to that room.
He just said on YouTube that each iteration link creates a unique tag for the user.
Really? Okay. Then tell me how I have 4 or 5 users that sign on every time I give them a link. How do I do that?
I'm just translating off of YouTube, man.
Not even understanding what he's
translation.
Here, let me. Who do I text this to? I'll text another link. Who do I text it to?
Help.
Is help a number that will help? Oh, email it. Okay.
Help.
I'm going to generate a new link. By the way, I just connected to it with my phone, but I'll do a new one.
Can you put it up on YouTube? Is all I'm asking.
Yeah, it goes for about 10 seconds, then puts up the same thing. The stream ID.
No, okay. I'm going to give another link.
And this is join room with camera.
Yeah, that's. Yep. Oh, it does say that.
Talib wants you to send that link to him.
I got mine up. See if my second link came. Nope, it says the stream ID you are publishing is already in use. Please try with a different invite link.
I might have limited. I have 2 rooms. One is public and one is. Let me give her the public link.
It literally says only one person can use a link at a time.
Okay, that's if you set it up that way. But obviously, when I do my public link on YouTube, I have 3 or 4 at one time, and I get to pick which one I want. Yeah, I might have set it up for just you so people can't find the link and come into it. That's what I might have done with you, Mark, because it's just you in the studio. I think I might have set it up for protection with you, that only one can go in there. So I'm going to create a new one. But the public one I did was for as many as we can have. Let me just email that to you.
All right, 10 seconds, guys.
8986. That's 303-900-8986. 303-900-8986.
I just sent it.
630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Let's talk to Joe. An issue with a plumbing contractor. Joe, what's going on with you? Hello, Joe.
Hang on, Tom, I'm going to take you off speaker.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that. What's going on, Joe?
Speaker. Well, to start with, I'm a small plumber myself. I have a small account open.
Oh.
A friend of mine on Facebook, he's moved back to the state of Colorado. He's like, hey, guys, is there anybody that can help me? I have a project going on, and I don't have an account yet. I'd like to buy this at wholesale. I've known him for years. I said, absolutely. Set it up. He charged $5,500 to my account. He had said, hey, this will be cash. When the bill comes in, I'll pay you cash.
And by the way, it was with a wholesale plumbing house, right?
Yes. We purchased through a wholesale plumbing house.
Okay.
Under my account.
Okay.
Bill came in, and this whole time he had lost his phone, and so we were using Facebook Messenger. He has yet to give me his new phone number. But anyway, I sent in the bill, and he's like, hey.
How do you know this guy, by the way?
We've worked together over the years, Tom, at different plumbing houses.
Okay.
I mean, this is a guy I would have, well, I lent him $5,500. You know, it's a good friend, I thought. Anyway, He said, "Hey Joe, you have to invoice."
How long ago did you do this?
Just last month.
Okay.
All right. He purchased the stuff in September, and when the bill came due early October, he told me, "Hey, you have to invoice my partner." So I invoiced his partner, and he's like, "Well, this is between you and Tim. I'm not getting in the middle of this." I'm like, "Whoa, wait a minute, guys, come on." You said cash, your partner.
Do you know where the materials were used?
Yes, I do, and in fact, I have just
Put a lien on the house.
Well, I just sent them my intent to lien.
Good.
But return receipt requested, got it all.
I want to tell you some tricky stuff here, okay, Joe?
Absolutely, Tom.
The homeowner's going to claim that there were no materials delivered to the home, and the plumbers are going to probably try to say that if they want to screw you. Your argument's going to be that they delivered those to the house.
That they, the contractors.
Yeah. Yeah. In other words, the materials have to go to the address for it to be lienable. But they did go to the they actually did go to the address. Let me explain something to you. Had they paid for them at the plumbing house directly and picked them up and brought them to the house, that would have been different. But the fact that you paid for them, now you have proof you paid. But now you need proof that they took them to the house, and they did. So they were delivered to the house. Your argument is going to be that that plumber acted as both a delivery man and a plumber.
Okay.
I mean, that's important. I don't know if they're going to be smart enough, since they're idiot, liar, cheater ripoffs. I don't know if they're going to be smart enough to pick that up, or the homeowner. But I would go ahead, and I don't want to make the homeowner pay, obviously, but I think they can lean on the contractor.
And in fact, when I sent my intent to lien, I included a letter that said, "Hey, I really had no intention to ever."
Oh, no, you should have never done that. You should have never done that. Because you see, now you're not a supplier. You're going to look like a co-conspirator. You really shouldn't have done that. What you should have said was, "I supplied the materials for your job and have not been paid, period."
Okay.
I hope you didn't ruin your case. Have you heard from them since?
Them, the owner, or them, the contractors?
The homeowner.
No, I have not. I just got my return receipt back yesterday. I have not heard back.
Okay.
How long ago were you there?
He wasn't there, Mark.
Well, fine. How long ago did your product show up there?
No, it's not when the product showed up, is when work ended.
No. It's also when delivery of products. In fact, the delivery of products, I think, is 4 months compared to 2.
I don't have it right in front of me.
Mark, where are you getting that? Because if you're getting it somewhere, I was never aware of that. So where are you getting it? Help me. Help me learn.
Well, it's just something we've talked about numerous times.
Okay, I always thought it was 4 months from the time the job is complete.
2 months from the time it's completed, or within 4 months if there's material supplied.
Okay, so 4 months from the time the job is completed is what we said, right?
Well, 4 months, no. 4 months if materials. If it's someone like this guy going after him, he has 4 months. If it's a contractor.
But does he have, Mark, I'm asking, does he have 4 months from the time the job is completed, or 4 months from the time the materials are delivered?
From when the materials are delivered.
You're reading that in a law somewhere.
I'll pull it up.
Mark, I'm not saying you're wrong. I just want to be absolutely sure because I never knew that. So I would love to know that. 303-713-TALK. Hang on, man. We got to take a break. 303-713-8255.
Looks like the link's up and running.
All right, let me grab it.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Good.
That
let
snow
me
is
bring it in.
really starting to pick up across the city, sticking to the highways a little bit, slushy mainly on the east side, and there's some areas on the west side where it's mainly just wet. But we do have a couple of wrecks to watch for on this drive. Northbound 225 about 17th. That activity to the very wide right shoulder in there, so it isn't really slowing our drive any. And you do have a crash on the toll road. This is southbound E470 just after 120th. They are blocking up the right lane and backing up towards I-76 in there. Denver weather today. Cloudy skies, snow continues, and we're shooting for a high of 33. That's where we're at right now. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of the first martyr of the abolition movement. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
All right. If we're talking about, estate planning, I can tell you no better way to do it than with Keelan Park. Let me tell you what they do. They interview you about your estate, everything that you own, you're invested in, your companies, your motor vehicles, your heirs. Really, that's what they do, your real estate. And then they make up a plan according to your hopes, dreams, and desires. And they put a flat rate price on it. So if you need a trust, you'll get a price. A will, you'll get a price. And they'll let you know exactly what it will cost. So up to that point, it's complimentary. After that, you decide what you want to do, and you'll know the exact cost. Listen, if you want to do estate planning, there's nothing more simple or easier than that. Law KP stands for Keelan Park. LawKP.com. Keelan Park, 970-818-8198. 970-818-8198.
Oh, heck yeah.
Let me put this, let me bring them up now. Let me bring them up. I got to put that picture in there somewhere.
No. And it was real bad when with some of the part shortages. Yep. Some of them were marking parts way up over what GM ran.
They're gouging.
There's 3 in the country, and they got 2 of them. So they start doubling the price.
I would think they were so big they couldn't do that.
No, and a lot of them aren't sharing inventory information. So one dealer may have 2 of something in stock.
Hey, Kelly.
That's all they've got, and they're not letting anybody know because they want to keep it in house.
Kelly.
I think she
Let me guess,
out.
she's not in there.
I think she stepped out, Mark.
Is Kelly back there?
I don't see her.
Hey, someone asked, how do you check a check engine light, guys?
Well,
or make an appointment to check it if it comes on and off?
Well, most likely it still stores the code inside the historical memory. Mm-hmm. So even if the light's not on, we can usually find it.
There you guys.
Freeze frame data. You can tell us why the light came on.
There's the morons. We got a busy frame here, bro.
Just added a browser source. Was that you?
It's on.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
I got to mute them, though, because I hear them. I got to mute them. I'll mute them. I got it. There's the morons. We got a busy Okay, no, I'm picking up their sound. I got to mute that somehow. Here, I'll do it. I think I can do it on my end.
Talk.
I got to mute them now. Nope, not mute. They have to mute the camera.
I know, I was saying
that.
Yeah, but Mark, on yours, it's automatic.
Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Go up to
Dragon's
that,
coming
or
in.
whoever can walk.
Dragon's coming
Go up
around.
to that camera, and at the very bottom, you'll see the little mute button you can hit.
Dragon's coming around, and I'm not messing around with a Teamster's job.
You'll blame it on
Every
us.
time I touch something, Kelly writes.
On yours, it's automatic.
You'll be walking that picket line.
Studio, take a picture.
Whoever can walk. Go up to that camera, and at the very bottom, you'll see the
Yep, you're muted.
No, he's muted?
We're muted.
That's weird.
He just muted us, so you're probably just giving what was still.
Yeah, let me try that. There's something going on here. Hold on. Oh, wait, I got it. Okay, hold on. Let me see. That should do it.
You're muted.
Jeez, it's just, why is that? I don't even understand it. I'm still bringing in his...
Hey, Dragon, there's actually 2, speakers. One is so the phone isn't making noise, and one is to mute the mic.
Both of them are now muted.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was picking up Talib, who was there. Talib had called in. I picked him up.
Got it.
Did you give him the link?
Yeah, I sent him the link.
Well, okay, we can't. Okay, I can do it, I guess, if you. But now it.
Well, the link I sent him will not work for him because I'm on.
All right. Well, he was on, Mark, so somehow he got on.
It goes up for like 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, then it says the link's already in use. And blah, blah, blah.
I disconnected him. He was on strong, but okay. Listen, man, I don't care.
Does it match the shoes though?
This is all technology. What do I know? I'm 71 years old. I'm Joe Biden.
Thank you, Jeff.
Oh, you guys do look good, though. It's pretty cool.
Well, I wouldn't go that far by any stretch.
I got these clowns.
10 seconds here, guys.
Mark, did you find the leaning stuff, or can we maybe check with an attorney?
Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here, your troubleshooter. Listen, no matter what, I think, Joe, you're on the right track. Put up a lien. That's all you can do. Is this guy just going to cheat you, just outright cheat you? I mean, we don't mind calling him. We don't mind exposing him. Because if he'll cheat his buddy, he'll cheat customers. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'd love for you to call the guy, but I do have one other question for you. They told me they had my full payment, which is about the $5,500. Well, I drove up to Parker where they live, and the check they left me
Okay,
was
now I'm getting
$3,000, and it said partial payment. I'm like, well, at this point, I'll take anything. When I took it to my bank, it's one of those temporary checks with nothing hardly printed on it.
God.
And my bank said, I'm sorry, we can't take it, but if you'll take it to his bank, they can convert it to a cashier's check. Long story short, I took it to his bank. They said it's insufficient funds.
Well, that's good. That's treble damages. That's called a bad check, man. Now you can sue him for that bad check. How much was the check?
$3,000.
Okay, so now you should get $9,000.
Man, this guy is bad
if
news.
You do it, what you should do it is in small claims court and only ask for the $7,500 so you can keep it in small claims court.
Okay.
The writing
Joe,
the
I have
bad
a
check's the
question.
worst thing they did.
I have a question for Joe.
Yes.
This is Bo. What plumbing wholesaler did you use? That you allowed your friend to use?
I allowed him to use my account with Rampart Supply.
Okay, I know
Rampart.
Rampart.
Well, wait, that's perfect. It is your account then. It doesn't matter who paid for it. It's under your account. You never got paid.
Correct. And in fact, I had to pay Rampart to keep my account status good.
So, Joe, I have something important to tell you. You need to go down to Rampart and make sure this individual doesn't use your account. You need to go in and talk
I did.
to
I went back to them already and cut him off.
You might try the other wholesalers too, like Ferguson and the others, to make sure he doesn't try to use your
This is the
account.
only account I have open because I just don't do that much plumbing anymore. At 65, it's friends and family and backflow preventers that I test and repair. So, you know, it's not a.
I knew your voice. You called in before when they changed that rule on backflow, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Yep, that was a while back. That might have been last election cycle.
Well, yeah, it came into play here earlier this year because the state nobody understood that when they made it be only licensed plumbers could test backflow preventers.
Yep.
They forgot to tell the CDPH&E that they were changing the law, and most of the people that test backflow preventers were not licensed plumbers.
Yeah, I remember. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So,
well, thanks, guys. I appreciate the
Joe,
help.
thank you very much. Or excuse me, Joe. I mean, okay, we appreciate you, and I'm sorry this happened. We will call the guy. Hold on, all right? I want to put somebody on this.
I'll do it, Tom.
All right, good. Okay, Bo. That's great, Bo. Bo's going to take this. 303-713-8255. We have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show.
Make sure that I have your number right. 719.
Yeah, he did, because the guy changed his number's disconnected.
So it ought to be a short phone call.
Well, yeah, he's been talking to him on email, he said.
Yeah.
Or Facebook.
Facebook Messenger.
Yeah. That's a snake. He don't care.
Maybe he'll expect, huh?
He's a snake. He don't care.
Oh, yeah.
And the work he's doing for somebody else who can't even afford to pay for the work.
I had a tech working for me years ago. that went over and bought some parts from Napa over in Parker off my account. Now, he was legit. He was a signer. So, but he did it on the weekend, doing a side job on his Subaru.
It times out.
power
It's
steering
the
pump.
phone.
And the second time he did it, they actually used Jim's truck as the PO. So they knew that this was for personal use. Well, then he moved out of state without ever having paid it. So they tried coming after me for it. It's like, you guys sold him this stuff knowing that he was using it for his own purposes. Well, he's a signer on the account. I said, it doesn't work like that. You can't abuse my account and expect me to freaking pay for it. So eventually they ended up cutting me off and I had to go someplace else.
Yep.
So they tried to sue me for it and everything else. So good luck, guys. I look forward to this one. So,
That's such a pain.
Yeah, I had one of my accounts. I was doing a job for them. Also needed a starter. Say, hey, there's no point in me buying a starter or marking it up. Just send a starter over. We'll put it on while we've got the training out. He's okay. We'll have the app bring it right over. So they're not going to deliver here, man. They won't come here. Says, well, we spent enough money with them. They're coming over there. Oh, they did. He literally, I mean, it's summertime, so the doors are open. He pulls up to the door, gets out of the truck, and throws it across the freaking. Never wouldn't step in, just threw it across the floor.
What was that?
The Napa in Parker. This was years ago. I don't know who all's there anymore.
That's childish.
All right. Now,
Had one of my guys was buying radiators from the Performance Radiator up north in Broomfield.
Mm-hmm.
And, we use the one on this in Denver. So, and he's paying cash. He's not trying to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But he's bad about if he has choices, he just buys 2 or 3. He don't care. And then he'll just take them.
Then take it back.
Oh, yeah.
So they were taking the cash, but then not showing that payment. So putting a charge on my account, the cash disappeared, but the returns would come back. So, I mean, and I'm trying to look at my statement. It's like, so we bought 3 radiators, returned 2, bought 1, returned 3. And they couldn't explain how the cash.
What you giggling at, Jeffrey?
Charge it to the account.
What's that?
What are you giggling at?
Oh, we're talking about some parts problems with our guys.
Yeah, our guys buying off book.
Are they using your account?
Well, with permission, and then
Oh.
sometimes it's the account that gets screwed up, because they're
Yeah, where did this part go? Who
that, and they're paying cash for them, and sometimes they don't credit it properly with the cash, and No, I let my guys buy parts at cost, but they got to pay the sales tax.
Do you let them do work on the side?
Yep.
Legally, you can't stop them.
Yeah.
We did our guys, man. I'd get pissed if they did stuff.
You can get pissed all you want. Legally, you can't stop.
Yeah,
I made them.
Well,
this is years ago. I made them sign papers.
Yeah, no, you can't. You can't restrict them in that way.
Really?
Nah, I can tell.
Yeah,
them
but they're
I
using
can
your
tell, No,
truck
I
and-
can tell them they can't use my shop.
And again, we can tell them they can't use our accounts.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they go home on a Sunday and work on a car, I can't stop them.
Well, our problem is they would use our vehicles.
Oh.
Well, that's a biggie. That you can.
We had service.
That's different. Yeah.
But yeah, we tried, but they'd do it anyway because then we'd find out about it. Come up in a company car.
I ask them to not do as much as sometimes, because they come burned out on Monday.
Right,
because they're working all day.
I actually encourage them just to bring it into the shop.
Yeah.
If
No, I let
this
them
is your
use the
size
shop.
job. No, I know. I bring it in during hours. We're going to run an actual ticket. All right. The customer can pay me. I'll buy the parts, and whatever profits in there, we'll split it 50-50, and I back up the warranty, and that keeps them working when they're supposed to be working, and then when they're going home, when they're supposed to be spending time with their kids, when they're supposed to be going to soccer games, you're doing that stuff, and you're not taking that time away from your family. And then they don't come in burned out. They do get it done during the workday.
That's really good, Jeff. So you split the profits.
Yeah,
and I'll cover the warranty.
Talib, I know.
Some of it? No, I didn't.
But it's got to be a cash deal. It's going to be
cash.
It's got to be a cash deal. That's the way they would do it if we were doing it.
90%, not half.
Yeah, you're not taking a credit card.
Jeff, you're right. Yeah, then it's kind of off the
Mm-hmm.
no paperwork.
This is pretty cool. I got both here. Hold on.
Yeah, but you just leave the blank video on.
I didn't leave any blank video on. What are you talking about?
It's just the more to come.
No. That was automatic. I had stepped away. I re-changed it now. I had that program for at the top of the hour.
I bet your all's pizza takes. I bet you don't get that pizza till fucking 2 o'clock when you're leaving.
Who are you talking about? Them?
One at the earliest.
One at the earliest means you guys might not want to order it.
No, it's on Jeff's credit card. We said money's no object.
Yeah.
We need it here by noon.
Tell him an extra 50.
That's what I told him. Money's no object.
I found out I tip really well.
He does tip well. Yeah.
Have you guys been watching any of the? I've never watched so much MSNBC in my life.
No, I've been staying away from it.
It's entertaining, isn't it?
I fucking love it. They're such crybabies.
Oh, I watch all of it now. I love watching it.
I don't have to watch it. My guys keep coming in and showing me freaking blurbs and this, that, and the other things.
Yeah.
It's fed to me.
I saw a video on YouTube someone put together. It's 3 minutes of complete breakdowns, and they're great.
Yeah.
They're just fucking the best thing ever.
I've seen a couple of those. Did you
see Jimmy Kimmel tear up?
That was ridiculous with Kimmel.
Yeah, he's a fucking.
But you know what? That's why the Democrats lost, though. They still don't hear it.
They still have no fucking clue, do they?
Yeah, did you watch that link I sent you the other day, Mark?
Yep. That was really good.
That was good.
It's Joe Biden, basically. Well, you just got to see it.
Well, with Jill wearing red to go out and vote, what did that tell you?
10 seconds here, guys.
That's bank. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Yeah. Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hey, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Here to help you solve problems, answer questions, take complaints, make your life a little easier. We've had some weird calls today. I mean, look, here's the deal, all right? If you call, we really want to help. We help any way we can. So what is going on? We have our car people up, and it is Car Friday. It's a terrible day for cars, but here's the thing. The roads are treacherous. If you're home, stay home. Listen to the show. If you want, you can stream the show on YouTube. Go to Troubleshooter Network, and let me talk to my peeps. What you'll see if you are streaming the show, we got Mark and we got the studio both up. Mark's at his home in Franktown. Mark, over the last few days, what would you say you've gotten when it comes to total accumulation?
Oh man, we're probably. I'd say probably 18 to 24, but we're going to get another close to 15 by this time tomorrow. Hey, have you been watching like the TikTok stuff of these little wussy liberals breaking down and crying and I can't have an abortion now, and I've never seen anything
well,
like
first
it
of all,
in my
most
life.
states or every state that had it on the ballot except for Florida, they made it part of their constitution, including Colorado.
Yeah. I mean, it is. You know what? It is a state's rights. And if that's how the people in the state vote, that's how it should be.
And there's supposed to be a march on Washington by women who say
I remember that. They called it the Pussy March. Remember?
Now, that was back. This is a new one they're going to do.
That was 2016. It was like a million-man march, but it was women.
Yeah. This year, they're going to have another one after the inauguration because they believe that they're losing their rights. Here's what's amazing to me. Before the man even steps into the office, they're assuming what's going to happen. It's
crazy. You know what? I can't wait when someone has the balls to dismantle the National Teachers Union crap and put that back into the states' rights. We need to get back to, real education, not this fake education where there's tampons in the boys' bathroom is more important than American history. I mean, it's the most insane thing I've ever seen, and thank God I truly believe Trump will fix that.
I want to talk about this. This is a text. You can text me, 747-999-5280. That's my private Google number that goes to my cell phone, 747-999-5280, or the short code at iHeart, which is 57739. Since we share that, put my name on there. Okay, so here's a text on both of those. I think it's the same guy. And he says, if I sell my car to a private party, am I at any liability if the buyer fails to register the car and does not purchase insurance and has an accident? No. I'm just going to say right there. However,
as long as you have a bill of sale.
You have a bill of sale. You do not have to give your license plate to them. Don't ever leave your license plate on the car. That could muddy things up. Let me explain something about this. In Colorado, if you have a bill of sale, I believe you have 10 days to get a license plate at DMV. I think it's automatic. 10 days. And you just have to carry the bill of sale. You don't have to have a temp tag right away. Now, is there anything I can write in the contract or bill of sale that will protect myself? Well, yeah, you have the date of transfer, and you can put wording in there if you want that, you relinquish all.
There's two words that are more important than anything else in that.
What is that?
As is.
Yeah, that's important. And where is? As is and where is. Okay, Tom, look up. What? Oh. Movement 4B on TikTok. Have you heard about it, Mark?
No, what is it?
Okay. Well, women who are, it depends on what version you listen to. But what they're saying is women who disagree with their husbands on political things, and
we
because
saw how that worked out.
and because Trump Trump won,
Well, that kind of nullifies their whole abortion argument there.
if they're blaming their husbands, they're taping up their
hoo-hoos.
Careful.
and they're not having sex with their husbands.
I would assume those women that are doing that, those husbands don't want to have sex with them.
Oh my God, that's so mean, Mark. Anyway, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So let's talk about cars. Guys, I think it's easy to say. I mean, we've been over 1 million times cars in cold weather. And we've been over cars in hot weather. And I think, actually, there's a lot of things in common. Don't you believe that we all have to be mindful of the same things? I mean, heat has more of a toll on a car, but don't you believe that we have to be mindful of the same things? For example, I don't know why that keeps going back. Okay, for example, don't we have to be mindful of the belts, the hoses, the coolant?
Absolutely.
I mean, cold or hot, right?
It'll still overheat just because it's cold out. It'll still overheat.
We also, okay, so coolant, well, and coolant, right. But coolant also, when done properly with the thermostat, will keep the car at good operating temps, meaning it'll heat up. Right? It'll both heat up and cool off at the right time. Isn't that right?
Yep.
So you want the heating, cooling, and thermostat system. You need that in the winter and summer. You need, of course, belts and hoses, obviously, wires, fuel delivery. I mean, obviously, it's all the same stuff. And it becomes more critical in extreme hot and extreme cold for obvious reasons. Okay.
I'll tell you one I've screwed up on, guys, numerous times over the years, especially going up to the mountains in the winter to ski resorts and stuff. I'll forget to put better windshield washer fluid in, then all of a sudden it's frozen solid and it does not work.
Wait a minute. What do you mean better? You mean like I thought all windshield washer fluid.
De-icers in it, and it's got a lower freezing point.
Yeah. But aren't most of them like that?
To like 10 degrees.
Yeah, you got to watch the temperature on them. They are rated.
Oh, I didn't
So the stuff that, before Biden that used to be 99 cents at Walmart was only good to about 10 degrees.
Yep.
You go up to Breckenridge or hell, you go to Castle Rock in the middle of the winter,
10
it
below
was
at night.
frozen.
Yep.
Someone texted me and wanted to know, why are they overheating in this weather going up the mountain? That happened to them the other day.
Well, if the thermostat sticks, you have no circulation.
Or if your fan's not coming on.
Or you're low on coolant. I mean, a lot of same reasons when it's hot. It doesn't change just because it's cold out.
Now,
I actually had a very good Kelly Kuchera question this morning for the boys.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, the boys know what I asked them.
Oh, that was about whether or not
Do
brake
you have
pads
to
are
have
important?
Hyundai tires for a Hyundai?
No, I wanted to know if brake pads are important.
No, she didn't ask that.
Yes, she did.
I did.
Brake pads, are they important?
That's even a good one for Kelly.
Only if you want to stop.
Now-
That's exactly what Kevin told me. So
But Kelly, were you
I'm gonna
kidding?
Go ahead and put
Kelly?
brake pads on my daughter's.
Tom, unfortunately, she was not kidding.
No.
Oh, I remember one time when they.
Get those parts.
Do they still listen? Do they still have drum brakes on cars being made?
Very few.
On being actual manufactured now, though.
Yes, the rears on some cars still, but very few. Yep.
I mean, think about how cumbersome those are.
Yeah, a lot of guys don't remember how to do them. They don't do them regularly.
And for those listening, what we're talking about is it's a round cylinder, and the pads are on the inside of that. It's just a weird design. In fact, if you think about it, it's way more complicated than disc brakes. Disc brakes are more like bicycles.
Exactly.
They just
I like how the
pinch
Teslas
the disc.
brake.
What's that?
I like how my Tesla brakes. It basically does almost all of it for me, unless if it's, an emergency stop.
Right. Tesla brakes with the engine, when you pull off the accelerator, my son, that I had to get used to that because he really bugged me when he wanted, when I drove it, when he let me drive it. It really does work, and he hardly ever used brakes.
I bet his brake pads last him, and he's a newer driver. I bet they last him literally. He'll never change them.
They say 100,000 miles minimum if you do it right. If you depend on the engine. So
here's the thing that I do in that stupid Tesla that drives me insane. I'll hop into our other car, the Genesis or the Santa Fe, and we'll pull up to wherever, Walmart, restaurant. I won't turn the damn thing off. I'm so used to it just doing everything. I'll forget to lock the door. I'll forget to turn it off, and then I end up walking back out to the stupid car.
Okay, we're going to go to a break, but here's what I want to do. I want to put up a slide that I made. I posted. Now, I didn't post the lettering with it, but I just posted the picture. And but however, I added lettering for my YouTube crowd. I'm gonna transition to that shot right now. I want to know what people think of it. It's just a brainchild after looking at Colorado. You'll see it's coming up on our feed.
Oh, is it the red blue?
No, you'll see. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Now, we're going to be talking about cars, but we'll talk about anything you want to talk about. Just simply give us a call, and we'll be happy to answer your questions on anything, problems, question, or complaints. Now, remember, 888heating.com will do your deep clean for $45. That's 888heating.com. And if you're thinking about replacing that old furnace, you've had it. If it's 15 or 20, especially if it's over 20 years, they're doing high efficiency units that'll save you money every single month. 888heating.com.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees and no obligations. Get real value from your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Okay, I love ZeroResDenver.com, and you will too. If you're looking to get carpets cleaned, you might want to wait till after this mess. You get your carpets clean, they'll stay clean longer. Why? Because they don't use anything but purified, softened water that gets everything out, including residue from previous cleanings. And you know, when residue sticks around, like with the other methods, it attracts dirt. So with Zero Res, your carpets look clean, feel clean. They do not attract dirt. They dry faster, stay clean longer. You will love it. And they also do tile and grout. They also do duct work with the same type of water. And they'll do any kind of like upholstery. They'll do mattresses. You got to check them out. ZeroResDenver.com. The only people you should have at your home if you're looking to have better indoor air quality and better health, safe for you, safe for kids, safe for pets. ZeroResDenver.com. 303-471-5150, 471-5150.
Hey, you can say what you want about pedophiles, but they don't speed through school zones.
I can't stand that Polis. He is a smart guy, though. He made a lot of fucking money. He's a smart businessman. Newsom, on the other hand, I don't think he's done shit except for politics. I mean,
Well, he might have made money, but he's not done shit for the state.
No, he hasn't done anything. But the money he has, you know, I think 10, 20 million he has was basically, I think, wine investments, where Polis sold some big-time companies, internet startups. Polis made a lot of fucking money.
Mark, his big money came from selling his parents' company called Blue Mountain Arts in Boulder.
Well, I thought it was the flower thing.
It was part of the same company. It was a greeting card company that his parents owned in Boulder, and I think it was sold for either $600 or $800 million to one of the big greeting card companies.
Yeah, maybe even more than that, actually. I just pulled something up. People are sick of, here's this super rich governor telling people, the guy's worth $500 million. And here he is, telling people how to live and who to vote for. It's like, fuck you, man. I mean, can you imagine the audacity of that? Standing up there like, you're King Polis and telling people what to do.
Hubris.
Pay for fucking groceries. The guy's got $500 million.
Hubris.
You already told everybody in Colorado they were bastards.
Yep.
Selfish bastard.
Selfish bastard.
He called everybody selfish bastards.
Yep.
Oh, because he didn't get his sales tax thing?
Yep.
Well, he could chip in a few bucks. He's got a few extra lying around, right?
Can you imagine giving the city of Denver money to affordable housing?
I was shocked they passed the damn hospital one, to be quite frank, but that doesn't affect me out here in Douglas.
Yeah.
Affordable housing. First of all, they've tried everything. No matter what money you give them for homeless or for anything else, nothing fucking works they do.
No. Government does nothing's affordable once they get involved.
I can't wait till we see,
Okay.
videos on 9 News of immigrants getting arrested just because they stole a car and getting thrown the fuck out because they murdered somebody.
Anyway, Mark, I had that link set up so only you can enter, so people could not crash the stream.
Yeah, but what's fucked up about that is I sent that link to Talib, and he changed the link and was able to use it.
Yeah, but
that's fucking weird.
That's because he knows how to change it. He put the right.
I know, and if he knows, there's 18 billion people that know.
Mark, to change that parameter, you'd have to know the parameters of it. First, you got to get the link. Then you have to know the parameters and take out the parameter that that is specifically.
I'm not saying it's a big deal. I'm saying it's just kind of funny that way.
Yeah, well,
Jeff and I won't.
I mean, but that goes for anything. I mean, if you know how to do it.
No.
I changed it though. I made one little change on it, but so I'll send it to you, the new one. But it's a good link though. I want it to be exclusive.
Well, I sent you that Twitter link that I sent Mark the other day too, Tom.
What one is that?
I'd rather be inclusive.
What is that?
Oh, it's just a funny little quip. It's in your text.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys see the Van Halen one?
No.
That's
Van Halen jump.
Is this did this really happen? It didn't really happen, did it?
What's that?
This thing he sent us.
Oh, no.
It's a fake?
Who voted for Trump?
Yeah, it's all AI.
Oh, God, if you listen to it, you'll know it's fake pretty
You'll
quick.
definitely know it's fake.
It's your boy.
You know Biden's sitting back
I
there,
wanna
though.
take
There's a
moment to
part of him
congratulate
going,
the
I
DNC on
fucking
losing
told you
another
so.
election to Donald Trump. You replaced me with a candidate who has the same likability as Greasy.
Wait a minute. How do you make these deep fakes? I can't find a site to do it.
Hobo taint and expected to win.
You don't pay enough.
And they say I'm the retarded one. The Democrats said that I was too old, that I was too slow.
This is really good, man.
That was a joke. Well, here's a joke for you. What do Willie Brown and the 2024 presidential election have in common? Kamala Harris blew both of them. I shouldn't have said that. Seriously. I mean, first Hillary loses to Donald and now Kamala. This man has beaten more women than Doug Emhoff. Congrats on losing to Hitler again. I hope he locked you all up this time. Thank Brandon out.
Oh, God, that is awesome.
10 seconds here, guys.
Studios. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So, welcome. Let's talk to you about your problems, questions, complaints. And I also have some texts. Apparently, texting is pretty popular for some reason today. Okay, so is it a myth that in a pickup truck you should put weight in the bed, gentlemen?
No, a lot of that's going to depend on the driver, but yeah, you're significantly lighter on the back end of that truck, so adding weight can definitely give you better traction.
I thought that they improved them over the years with the distribution with some kind of frame.
A lot of them you've got, all-wheel drive capability
Traction
and whatnot.
control and stuff,
traction control, yeah. So it helps, but yeah, a little bit of weight back there can make a big difference. But it's also just as important.
What about in a car then? In a car, that's silly because if you don't have rear-wheel drive, it doesn't matter, right?
Right. Most of them are front-wheel drive, or quite frankly, in Colorado, all-wheel drive. Just about everything comes with an all-wheel drive option.
Mm-hmm. Now, here's the other one. Is it normal for my mortgage company to not issue any equity loans while I have an active roof claim? Absolutely. Here's why. Your equity, your value is based on a perfect home. That's why some mortgage companies require you to fix everything, and sometimes the check is sent to both of you because you agree to keep the collateral in perfect condition, or not to detract from the value. So if you take out a HELOC, a second deed of trust, they are depending on the house to be worth every bit of it, and they don't want you extracting any cash from it and lessening the equity, because people can do that. So theoretically, if there's ever a foreclosure and the first takes it and the second has to take it from the first, they don't want to have to spend extra money on a roof. It's that simple.
I think it all comes down to the equity position, though. If you got $1 million house and owe $50,000 on it and have good credit, they're going to lend you it without even blinking, even though you need a roof. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, maybe. But I mean, right now, though, it's not uncommon not to want any outstanding insurance claims. So a roofer right now is fighting with State Farm, and they only want to pay $3,800. Now, that's a whole separate issue. What you need to do is enter the appraisal process, possibly.
Wait. They might only have ACV or something, Tom. That might not have anything to do with anything but their policy.
That's true. You know what? Maybe you should call. If you know who you are, 719. I won't give your number out. But
think about that, though. You know how many people need a roof?
Yeah, the four numbers end with the last four numbers end with 59. If you just texted me, call the show, because really we need to examine your policy. What Mark's saying is true. Many policies, and they did it in a sneaky way. They sent you an amendment that said your policy is now going to ACV, or it was upon renewal. And ACV means actual cash value. So at the time of your loss, it doesn't matter what replacement is. They give you actual cash value. Theoretically, All other insurance is ACV. Really, it is. I mean, we gotten used to replacement when it comes to homes and when it comes to replacing something in the home, like carpeting in a water damage claim possibly, or anything inside the house. But that's the only place you're going to find replacement value. With a car, it's ACV.
You save so much, though, on the ACV. To give you an idea, I was looking at $12,000 a year for like a $2,000 deductible on the perils of hail and wind. But if I went to, I think it was if I went down to $7,000 or $8,000 a year, my deductible is $15,000 on my roof. But to me, that's a no-brainer. I've got a good roof. I'm not worried about it, so I'll save the money, throughout the year.
The real crisis in all of this is coming with the townhomes and condos, because
crushed.
People don't want to pay more on HOAs, and I understand that. So as a result, they will be faced many times with assessments upon a loss of a total roof. Some of the townhomes are now going to you buy your own coverage for the area above your townhome. Condos can't do that. Okay, here's something else. What website is best to list a vehicle for sale by owner? Are there any better? Well, Craigslist is the worst. Facebook Marketplace, these are the worst. Nextdoor, they're all the worst. I mean, because there's too many scammers. I would say cars.com. Now, if you're...
I don't like cars.com.
I love cars.com. If you are sophisticated, if you know the scams, you can do Craigslist and Facebook and all that and not get scammed.
Yeah, the problem I have with cars, and I've spent money, like $100 to list them. The dealers, if you're a dealer, you get preferential treatment because you spend so much money. So the individual trying to sell one car, even if it's better priced, better everything, it could be page 7 because the dealers spend so much money with them. They get all the spots.
I don't know why you just wouldn't take the hassle out of it and take it over to Rod. I mean, he does everything for you for a flat rate price.
$600.
He does all the footwork for you. He finds a buyer. In the meantime, you're at home and enjoying a beer watching the Broncos.
And he can actually get it financed too, so therefore you open up to a lot more buyers.
And take trades. Mark, whatever happened to Blinker? I mean, that used to be such a...
They were bought, same kind of thing as we were just talking about cars.com. Blinker was a website you could go to, sell your own car. They would make money on the financing. It was basically like a bank. I mean, it was a group of investors.
But only that, Mark, not only that, they would even facilitate trades.
No, they did everything. They did everything, and it was virtually almost free because they would make their money selling either insurance like a dealership did. It was basically free to the guy selling the car, but here's what they did. The dealerships, the big ones out there like AutoNation, couldn't stand what was going on. They saw things changing. They bought them. Now it's purely for that. Now it's for dealers.
And what it really did was it turned the consumer into a virtual dealer by giving them the power of financing, by giving them the power of taking trades when they actually didn't take a trade, but it was all facilitated through the website. And I think it was a great idea. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. One Clear Choice Garage Doors will help you with your garage door. Whether it's not going up and down properly, or you want to adjust the opener or get a brand new opener, or you have a panel in the door that needs replacing. Listen, these companies come and go. A lot of them are being bought up by these big giant equity firms. You need OneClearChoiceDoors.com, 24/7 service, and they're great people. 720-370-3987, OneClearChoiceDoors.com.
What is
this
Denver's
thing on
Talk
Cardinal
Station
Island?
with Tom Martino now. Dan Kaplis today at 4, 630 KHOW, Denver. Now,
Did they
Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Things are really starting to get bad, especially those outlying areas. You've got a crash coming in eastbound I-76.
Oh, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to do anything.
They're
Does she?
dealing with blizzard-like conditions up that direction. Also, I-70 shut down both directions on the eastern plains, basically from Air Park all the way out to the Kansas state line. They are shutting down southbound Highway 285 here at Highway 8. Just after that, they've got a semi that's stalled in there that's really impacting that drive heading southbound 285. Denver weather for today, that snow continues. High only up to 33. It's 31 degrees now. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. In our next episode, we'll tell the story of legendary sharpshooter, all-around entertainer, Annie Oakley. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
You know, there's so many things around the house you shouldn't do on your own. One of them, for absolutely sure, are window coverings. I know you hear commercials encouraging you to do it. The measuring alone is ridiculous. Let alone hanging those things. Some of them go outside, some go inside. You might want to have some high-tech ones with batteries, solar operated, whatever. You can't do all of that. What you need is Made in the Shade. This is a company that does it all. It's that simple. First of all, they measure and have a designer help you pick all the stuff free of charge. If you decide to move forward, they try to meet your budget with the right brands, and then they order and install with the best installers in the business. The name of the company is Made in the Shade. The website, denvershades.co. denvershades.co. Get them at your home, free of charge, to start the process. 720-458-6566. Okay, I got to see where my order is. Come on.
Fucking JR, you know jack shit, bro.
JR doesn't.
Jack shit.
What are you
Anybody out there, go to cars.com right now and look up any fucking used car. The first 5-10 pages are all fucking dealers. I don't give a fuck if you spend the premium money or not. It doesn't fucking work.
Mark, I think you missed a fuck somewhere. I'm not sure, but I think.
Fuck. Jesus Christ. I love when he fucking thinks he knows
Oh,
what he's
yeah,
talking
there it is.
about.
There it is.
Yeah, you're right. I missed
Found
that. I told you I'll fucking pay for it. Go list a fucking go list a 2018 Toyota, whatever the fuck.
Oh wow. I love
List
it, Mark.
for $10.
I love it.
List it
And
for
who
$10
says he's
fucking
not?
dollars, and the dealers will come up.
Who
first.
says he's not passionate?
Fuck.
I don't think they use the word passionate, though. Yeah.
That's a bad argument, Mark. My name's JR. Fuck.
Okay, your favorite Trump lover and hater, Mark Hader, is on here. Not on the air, but I mean he's texting. Mark talks about leaving it up to the states to determine its women reproductive rights. I believe they had amendments in 10 or 11 states to see pass the majority.
The fuck's he talking about?
Oh, yeah.
Abortion? Hey, numbnuts, I'm not fucking anti-abortion. I can't have an abortion. Honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Not connected, not plugged into the same thing.
I get it.
Yep.
I got it. I'm good.
Monty loves giving you shit, man.
Giving me shit, he's a fucking moron.
Like Mark has the limited number of F's he's got to get out in between breaks.
Shut up. Shut up, Kevin. You fucknut.
Mark, I am so happy for your health that you weren't on when Judy called.
For whose health?
Yours.
Oh, that was yesterday? Yeah.
I'll have you know my blood pressure's perfect.
That was the election day. That was Tuesday.
Okay, Tuesday.
Yeah.
When Judy called, it was rough.
Oh, all these lefties. Look at this guy still texting Tom. It's like,
What's that,
oh,
sir?
I guess I didn't watch the election results where the Senate, the House, and the fucking popular vote and fucking 312 and blah, blah. But you know what? Mark's fucking wrong. Come on, everybody join in. Fucknut. You can say it with me. He's a fucknut.
A fucknut.
Thank you, Tom.
Very. Carrie Lake.
I'm going to have to plow again here in about an hour, man.
I was going to say you should let Suze do it so you don't stick the thing in the driveway again.
If I sent you a picture of her shoveling our front right now, I'd get so much shit.
It's good exercise.
The snow's as tall
Actually,
as she is.
the funny part is that's why she does it.
I'll bet. Yeah.
She can't go to yoga. I mean, we literally can't leave the driveway right now. We're back up around 9-10 inches.
Did you get a bigger tractor this year, or you gonna try the same little one?
No, it works fine. The problem is we're on, like, our cul-de-sac is dirt. So we have probably about a half a mile of dirt roads to get to our house.
Yep.
So the only time they plow that's with this gigantic, I don't even know what
Road
it's
grader,
called.
yeah.
Yeah, it's got the blade in the middle of it, and it's
Yep.
like a mile long.
Yep.
So our roads get done absolutely last. So it's just a pain in the ass. I end up plowing down our dirt road to get us to the main road that's already been plowed.
All right. I just sent you a new link because I want it to be exclusive. That's for tomorrow and for future, whatever. I mean, for next week. Okay, so let me see. I'm getting a lot of text today. This is weird. All right. Happy car day.
10 seconds here, guys.
Don Fuller.
630 KHOW.
An iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, I had an oil change recently, says the texter at Larry Miller. I have a VW. It's a Eurovan. Is that a VW, a 2003 Eurovan? Anyway, they overfilled it by 1 quart. I went back after 200 miles when I discovered it, and they drained it, or some of it, to make it the proper level. Will it do any damage to the vehicle?
None whatsoever. Not a quart.
But overflowing in general, can it be a problem?
Severely overfilling. We've had cars come in with 10 or 12 quarts over.
Now, why? Tell me what it does. Does it froth or something?
No, it just fills in. I mean, it's got to have some air. It's got to, you start getting oil higher than everything else.
Yeah, you can get it up into the compression chamber, and you
Yes.
can actually have what's called a hydrostatic lock, where it can actually destroy an engine.
Absolutely.
Okay, probably not, they say.
Definitely not.
Oh, definitely
Not
not.
on a quart. Not on a quart.
No. Wouldn't even have gone back and drained it.
With only 1 quart. Okay.
Nope.
Now, somebody wants to know then, how do they know if they have an interference engine or not? And by the way, the reason people ask this is because a timing belt or a timing chain, if it breaks and you have an interference engine, it can do severe engine damage. If you have a non-interference engine, the components won't slam into each other if the timing breaks, and you can get a new belt or chain put on it and you won't have damage. How do you know if you have an interference engine?
Anymore, you just assume you do, because most of them are.
Yeah, oh, really?
100%.
Why are most of them interference?
Just zero clearance. They get better compression, smaller engines. I mean, that's
okay. So the bigger ones used to have where it would just freewheel.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, as far as Mark goes, Mark keeps talking about leaving it up to the states to determine women reproduction rights. I believe they had amendments in 10 or 11 states to see.
Whatever moron that is, first of all, Mark didn't decide anything. It's called the Supreme Court, dummy. The Supreme Court decided that.
Okay, now what he is saying is his theory. I'm just going to sum it up. He believes they did it in amendments as opposed to laws rather than just codify it. They did it in amendments because they needed to have a supermajority. Governor DeSantis did this on purpose. In other words, they put it in an amendment as opposed to a law.
Look, the people of Florida will decide what the people of
I understand,
Florida
but you understand what he
How
means.
else can I put it?
There's a higher majority needed. Okay, in other words,
just like at the federal level, to change the Constitution, you need 2/3. Some states are 60%. Some might be 55%. We had an amendment here in Colorado, nothing to do with abortion, that I think needed 55%, and it didn't pass.
No, wait.
School choice.
No.
The school choice, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, listen, is this the same moron that was telling me last week how what's her face, I even forget her face now, her name, was going to win and sweep and Trump was going to be gone? Is that the same moron? Just curious.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, I don't even know what this means on this text. Do I need electrical grease for my coils when changing spark plugs? What does he mean by that? I mean, there's no...
He's talking, it's dielectric grease that you put in the end or on top of the coil connector when you plug it in. It keeps moisture.
The coil. Oh, you're talking about the top of the spark plug. Okay.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea, is it?
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And as far as the spark plugs themselves, now, I have always put an anti-seize around the...
Yep. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you'd be dangerous if you don't, because the aluminum heads will stick.
An anti-seize, is it a grease?
It actually has little to no lubricating qualities, so but it doesn't dry up.
It has some metal particles, it looks like, in it almost. But anyway, you put those on the threads, you coat the threads
just a little bit
with anti-seize. You screw it in, you torque it. Make sure you torque it. Don't just put it in. I mean, torques are so important. I can't believe how many people do things without torque values, which are basically the amount of pressure you use. And then, as Kevin said, there's a dielectric grease you can put on the top where it sits down on the spark plug. And then, okay, so that's it for texting right there. So people, as you know, I am reading them, so get more in. You can text me at 747-999-5280. And, of course, you can always call us, for goodness sakes. But the text is 747-999-5280, or the short code on iHeart is 57739. Okay, someone wants to know about Auto Trader. Mark said he doesn't like Cars.com. What about Auto Trader?
I've used Auto Trader before. It works. And, Tom, you made a perfectly good point. I'd never, if you know what you're doing when it comes to Craigslist, I've never used Facebook Marketplace, but if you're selling a car, it's very cheap to do if you do the ad right and you're not trying to rip someone off, of course. And if you're the buyer on Craigslist, you understand to meet at a bank, make sure you get proper payment, have the title, all that stuff. Craigslist works fine, but the problem is a lot of people simply get ripped off. So I don't suggest Craigslist either unless you know what you're doing. But it's pretty hard to compete against dealers out there, man. It's crazy. I said this before. Go to Cars.com right now. Pick out any used car. Just pick one out.
Okay, I'm going to do it.
Make sure you hit used.
Okay.
And the first 10 pages are all dealers. And I don't care if your vehicle's priced better than the dealers. They do that on purpose because 95% of their income is dealers.
You're absolutely right. I just saw, in fact, I don't see any private owners on this damn.
If you go to page like 98, so I paid, the last time I tried Cars.com, I should have known because the first time I did
Oh my God,
it happened.
You're right.
I paid $150 for the Mac Daddy, the Primo, the best listing ever, but I'm still after all the dealers, even if my car is priced way lower than the exact same car with less mileage. I mean, just better altogether. It doesn't matter. You will come after the dealers.
Very interesting.
But who would you put first if that was your business model, right?
Well, obviously.
I don't blame them.
Yeah. No, you want to cater to the people that are paying the bills, right? For sure. Okay, we have more coming up on the Troubleshooter Show, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Hey, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Now, right now, you may not be thinking about the outside of your house, but, it's interesting to note they do inside remodeling as well as the weather turns bad. GenesisTotalExteriors.com.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
We got problems coming in from the high country here. In fact, the highway is closed eastbound I-70 at Floyd Hill. They've had multiple spin-out crashes, and they're going to divert traffic onto Highway 40 while that closure's in place. And now heading down into the foothills, you've got a big multi-car crash eastbound I-70 at Genesee. That's got the right lanes blocked up, so a little jammed up through there. Good news for southbound Highway 285. They've got that broken down semi-cleared. All lanes now reopened at Highway 8 headed to Parmalee Gulch. Denver weather today. This snow is going to continue, and a high only of 33 right now. We are at 32 degrees. With your impact traffic and weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of the first martyr of the abolition movement. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
You know, I think I've known Joe Cano for more than 30 years, and that's why I trust him implicitly. He talks about fixed indexed annuities for those where it is apropos. In fact, we just had a conversation the other day, and we're working together because at Wave 8 Wealth Management, my financial advisement firm, we have people who need annuities, and Joe is going to take care of them, and he's going to do it in such a way that will save you money, guarantee income, and guaranteed no loss. Now, for people who need other help, we can help you too. So Joe Cano, becomethebanker.org is one of his organizations that can help you overfund life insurance. Then he has mymoney.myway.com for annuities, and you can trust him. 303-779-6600, 779-6600.
Yeah. But able to.
It's funny, my neighbors are already texting me.
I think it was there. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. I think it's here. Wait, let's see. Nope, it's almost here. Patricia is my driver. Almost here. I hope they ring the doorbell. You'd think they would.
Oh, you mean your pizza?
Yeah.
So that means he got it before you guys in the station.
Frank's got a bobblehead out. I want to show it. Frank Duran, the real estate man's got a
Oh my God, I'd love to have a bobblehead of him.
Hold on, let me find it. He's got a bobblehead. Hold on.
Here's how, Tom. This is so funny. So my neighbors, we're going to one of their 75th birthday. It's
yeah, cool.
Just a great couple next door. You've met them over here at our parties. But so here's the text I just got. Ready? Our gate is open if you happen to be out with your snowblower.
Do you do that for them?
I've done it for 5 years for them. No,
oh, that's nice.
They got a long-ass driveway. It's only 2 swipes for me, though. It's up and back.
This is so cool, Frank Bobble.
JR, I apologize for calling you a fucknut.
But he is.
Out of love.
He is a fucknut.
Well, that's true.
Okay, I'm going to put this up.
It's that damn Martino always reading those texts from that libtard.
Oh, from Monty or whatever his name is.
Pete. I went back and listened to that conversation with Pete. He literally couldn't hear one damn word I was saying.
Oh yeah, we had a problem there.
Did you get that fixed so if you get someone on?
Not for Zoom, not for Google Voice yet. I got to figure that out. I haven't had time to figure that one out. I will. Okay, now this is pretty cool. Hold on, this is pretty cool.
Yes, JR, you're handsome as well.
All right, wait till I show you this picture here. This is Frank's bobblehead.
Oh, that's ridiculous, news junkie. No parental involvement? That's crazy. Colorado's is the damn craziest, so up till the day of conception. I mean, now granted, what woman in the world would carry a baby that long? And I'm talking to a healthy child.
And then not want it.
And then not want it. I mean, it's just not heard of. I'm not saying it's never happened, but man, you're talking 1 in a million. Probably even more than that.
Thanks so much for calling the Tom Martino Show.
Okay.
Holy shit. Libby says this is the largest November snowstorm in 30 years.
No. We had that
Now.
big blizzard that shut down the city
Are you
in
familiar with the show?
2005.
Look at this, guys. I want to show you something. Look at
I
this
don't know if
picture.
that was November,
Look,
was
that's
it?
Frank Duran, the real estate man. Look at him.
You're right. You're right.
I don't see it.
It'll come up in a confused. There's a lag on the YouTube. So this is Frank Duran, the realestateman.com bobblehead.
How many bobbleheads did he get? Did he get just one?
I didn't get this one. This was on Channel 9, I think.
We've got one of you. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool.
Huh?
Bobbleheads, they got to tell you who it
Yeah.
is.
That all right?
Yep.
Tom had one. Daphne got
Yeah,
you
he's got it
one
on the
years
screen
ago.
right now.
No. It'll piss Kelly off. No.
Hellcat wants to know, can you fly your helicopter in the snow?
Yes. Well, okay. Here's the problem with loose snow.
10 seconds.
As you come to land, you can be whited out.
Free never sounded so good. Denver's talk station. Online at khout.com.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. It is nice no crying of being cheated like the idiot did 4 years ago. And guess who? Monty.
What did he say this time?
It is nice that there's no crying about being cheated like the idiot did 4 years ago.
Well, that's why Trump said for the past, 4 months, too big to rig. And that's exactly what he did. There's nothing they could argue besides everybody.
Hey, by the way, so I did have a shot of a bobblehead that Frank Duran, the real estate man, has. Did you guys think that was good? And by the way, you people, even if you listen to radio, you should turn on YouTube now and then or download it. And here, I want to play something that I think is from the Attorney General in California. Listen. Hold on, where is it? Okay, there it goes. Hold on.
Warned of a second Trump term.
You can be sure that as California Attorney General, if Trump attacks your rights, I'll be there. If Trump comes after your freedoms, I'll be there. If Trump jeopardizes your safety and your well-being, I'll be there.
Now, listen, however, if you're robbed, raped, shoplifted, car stolen, I will not be there. However, if Trump comes after you, I'll be there. All other crime, have at it. We only want to go after one criminal, Donald Trump. Here's what I don't understand. The man's not in office. What does he mean when Trump comes after you? I'll be there. What does that mean? What a way to get people fired up before he even steps into office, for God's sakes. It's amazing to me. Now, you know who he's talking to. I'll tell you who he's talking to. Who do you think he's talking to? He's talking to...
Probably Newsom.
No, undocumented immigrants. That's who he's talking to. If they come after
the good news is, that Gaston is voted out. His ass is gone. He had to be the most liberal one out there.
Who's that?
He was a DA that,
okay,
you
yeah.
could beat people up and he'd cut you free.
Now, there was I'll tell you. So there was a funny one with, listen to what Illinois governor said. If you come for my people, you have to come through me. Now, the Illinois governor said that. His name is J.B. Pritzker, okay? And the comments he got on social media, they can't go through you. You're a fat pig. Now, here's another one. We don't have to go through you. All we have to do is toss a donut your way.
I don't agree with calling people.
Well, I'm reading social media. I don't agree with it either. But what he said was, what did he mean if you come for my people? What does all this mean?
Well,
why are these Democrat governors and mayors and people saying, and attorneys general, that if you go for my people or if you try to take my rights, well, you got another thing coming. So anyway, however, there was another one saying that he's going to target political enemies with the Justice Department. Geez, where'd they ever get that idea? I mean, why would he do that? No one does that. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming up.
You didn't pick up on when I said I don't believe in calling people names. What was that donut?
Oh, yes.
Said?
Are you? Did you deliver?
I'll go get it. I gotta find that. We shut the fuck up, and we'll throw you a donut.
Yeah. The gate, stop at the gate. They let you in. No.
You guys got screwed on the pizza, man. You're not gonna get it until after Tom gets his.
We're already eating it, brother.
We're halfway done.
Oh my God, you are?
Yeah, the pizza actually got here much more quickly than like on a sunshiny day.
God, that's incredible.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And it's hot too.
Yep, that unlimited credit card. That's just.
You have to go.
It was that $150 tip.
The right
exactly.
side, and that's where where people, the visitors, come in.
I'm still waiting for my pizza.
Oh no, it automatically opens on the way out.
The Suze has to make it first.
From scratch. She actually, when the kids were younger, we would do pizza day, not every week, but quite a bit. And she'd make the dough the whole bit, and the kids would build whatever they wanted.
Make sure they have the right. Okay, let me put up the picture of all of us, damn it. I'm sorry, guys. Hold on.
Who's all
there
of
we
us?
go. There we go.
Yeah, the empty chair is mighty entertaining.
Oh, people love that empty chair. I did a poll on it.
Looks just like Harris.
Mm-hmm. Harris's brain, if you look in her ear, I'll tell you what happened. She tilted her head a little to the left, and her brain rolled the fuck out.
Can't lose what you never had, man.
True. Well, I wish I could be in that room when Biden and Trump meet. Yeah. He probably already forgot he lost. What's up, Mr. Jones? Yep, no problem. Whenever you want to kick it up, we're ready to go, man. It's not a big deal. A what? Oh yeah, you're talking for that Toyota though, right? It's not going to bring much, man. Does it start and run right now? Okay, I'm going to mention it. I'm going to mention it as soon as we come back, and I'll tell people to email me. What year is it again, John? Yep. All right. Yeah, I got you. But right now, it literally starts up and drives and will pass emissions to the
After
best
this,
of
we're
your...
going home.
All right.
Going back to the shop.
Hey, Dimitri.
Yeah, I'm here.
Normally,
You
I would
looked
head
at
up the
that.
hill
I
and
mean,
over the cabin, but I'm
They
not
say
driving
that
it.
Toyota starts up and drives. Does it do that? I know it's old as shit.
Yeah, it does both, but it should be driven straight to the junkyard.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're talking $1,500. I mean, what?
Oh, yeah, she told me 4,000 when I visited her, but at 1,500 it might be worth somebody's time to fix it. It's got bad brakes. It's got. I mean,
They said it's a rebuild engine.
It's not rebuilt. A dealer swapped it.
Got it.
Over 100,000 miles ago. Yeah, it was a used engine when it went in.
Well, I'm going to bring it up on the show. Just, I'll bring you into it and say you looked at it.
Sure.
But, I mean, they just need to get rid of it at this point. He's talking $15,000 or $1,500, $2,000.
All right.
Yeah.
And it does start and run,
All right.
apparently.
I wouldn't touch it for $1,500.
Yeah.
I'll go get the door.
Hold on. Yeah.
Who's saying, hold on? I don't understand what's going on here. They're shoving pie in their face, I think.
Yeah, Tom.
We're not talking.
What is it, Mark? A Toyota what?
It's a 02 4Runner.
There's actually a pretty big following for those damn
Yeah,
things.
they hold value.
Well, she
1,500.
wanted $4,000, but they say it starts up, passes emission. It does need some brakes. I don't know.
Well, for
But $1,500
How
for
many
something
mi-
that runs.
How many miles on it?
A shitload. But a dealer swapped out the engine about a year ago with a used engine that apparently had about 80, 90,000, something like that.
Yeah, if it's fairly clean, it's worth every bit of 15.
If all it needs is brakes for $1,500, if it actually drives, I mean,
Yep.
there's people out there that can't find a fucking car for that.
Yeah, especially not a Toyota.
Hellcat, email me at help@troubleshooter.com because I'm going to talk about it on the air. No, MR, they need cash. The husband died of cancer. They did the wife. The widow needs some cash. It's not going to be donated, man. They wouldn't get they don't make enough to have the tax write-off now anyhow.
There's no way to get a picture, huh?
Yeah, actually, let me text him. Maybe I can't get a picture. Hey, anybody on YouTube interested? 02 Toyota. It's got like 200,000+ miles. Needs brakes. We know that. It's got a used engine. But it starts up, it passes emissions, it drives. $1,500, $2,000 is what they just told me. Email help, HELP, at troubleshooter.com. I'm going to try to get a picture to put up on YouTube now as well, if I can get him back. Really good people, too. Really good people. There's no, like,
Sorry, I have
no shenanigans.
a
They're
disorder
good people.
about it.
I wonder if he sent me a picture of it, actually.
The mother and me, okay? If I wasn't like this, you guys would miss it. Yes, I do.
Come on, John. Hey, send me a picture of it, man. Can you get that like to me in the next 10 or 15 minutes so we can try to get this sold today?
What are we talking about?
Yeah, just a picture though. I'm talking about it. I can probably get it sold today if you can get me a picture. 1,500, 2,000. I mean, Dimitri went out and looked at it. I mean, it's rough. It needs some brakes, but I think she can get that 1,500 to 2,000. But people would like to see at least a picture of it. Yeah, have them just text me directly at this number, and I'll get it up on our feed. Yep. Yeah, my cell phone, text, or email. Later, bye. Anthony's Pizza, Bunny.
It's already done.
10 seconds here, guys.
That's money. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. And welcome one and all to Car Friday. It's a frozen Car Friday. Man, we got, it's amazing. We had summer right up until winter. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was what was it, like 80 degrees less than 3 weeks ago, maybe 2 weeks.
Oh my gosh, I know it. So anyway, what's on your mind today? How can we help you? A lot of people have chosen to text today, so feel free to do that. Now, we have two ways to text me. You can go to my private Google line that comes to my cell phone, and that's 57739. excuse me, I'm sorry. The Google, that's the short code for iHeart, 57739. Now you can send the Google one at 747-999-5280, 747-999-5280, and welcome. So what's going on? Sam says there's a possible scam going on, maybe. Let's talk to Sam. Oh, he's gone. I'm sorry, Sam. You didn't hang on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. So the age-old question we have, and another one came up again, is what do you do when you want to sell a car privately and you owe money? Or you're buying a car from someone who owes money. There's really no easy way to do it. Oh, my goodness. You could end up in very, very big trouble if you do it the wrong way. One thing that this guy says is that, I think it's a guy, I'm not actually sure of that, but if you decide, here's what they said, if you decide to buy a car, this is what the guy wants him to do. He wants to buy a car, and they're saying, you pay me, I'll pay off the car, and then I'll give you the title. Now, what do you think about that? So you're paying the guy, you're taking the car, you have a bill of sale, but you have no title.
It'd be insanity.
Absolutely. There's so many things that can go wrong with that. So many things wrong. Now, someone else said, Tom, you mentioned never to leave your plate on the car, and I'd like to know why. Okay? And one of the problems is, and the noise you heard was somebody coming into the room. I had to mute that. Sorry about that. Anyway, the one thing is, if you buy a car, and they said, why, Tom, did you say it's bad to leave your plate on it? Well, okay, tolls for one thing, that could be one. Another thing could be, it could be reported as a crime or something like that. Now, technically, you still have a bill of sale. You still know that you sold it, but I don't see any reason you would leave a plate on a car.
Most people are going to have credit left on that plate anyhow, so you'd be nuts not to use those again. And in Colorado, you can drive a vehicle without a license plate from 36 hours of the sale. So it's not like you're going to get in any trouble for not having a plate if you happen to be the buyer.
Exactly. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Do not leave a plate on a car. It's just bad news. Also, you don't need a plate. Well, you don't need a temporary tag when you buy a car in a private transaction. You just need a bill of sale.
I'll tell you the biggest thing in Colorado, letting someone use your plate for a little bit, even if they say we're going to mail them back. Do you know what I'm going to say, Tom?
No, what is it?
It's freaking CE470 and tolls.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mentioned tolls. Yeah, you're right.
Thousands of dollars in tolls.
And your plates can be expired, and they'll still send you a bill.
A
friend of mine, 3 years old, the plates expired 3 years ago.
It's crazy.
And they got a $500 bill for tolls because they left the plate on the car.
All right. So in any case, if you have any car questions, give us a call, or any problems, give us a call. I want to go more to text right here. And again, I don't know why people are texting. They're definitely not driving and texting in this weather. But let me go to, okay, this is our short code texting. All right. I have a car that runs fine until it gets warmed up and then starts hesitating off the line at stop signs and traffic lights. But if I do it cold, it's fine. But after several miles, it starts acting up. What would that be?
I would start basic and check fuel pressure, fuel filter, things like that.
But why when the car heats up?
It just the resistance in the pump heats up when as you're driving, and it'll start failing.
Okay.
At first glance, I mean, that's what I would start with.
Someone else wants to know why they smell the smell of antifreeze inside the car.
That's usually going to be a heater core. So sometimes you can get it from outside, but the heater core is actually inside the cabin of the vehicle. So when they start to go bad, it may not be leaking enough where you are actually seeing antifreeze coming out on your floorboards yet, but it'll literally steam and start to fog up inside the car.
Oh, so it's in. Where is that heater core?
Most of them are in between the firewall and the dash.
Right behind your glove box.
Usually have to take.
How big are
to
they?
get to it.
Bigger than a bread box?
No, not usually.
A foot by a foot, maybe. They're pretty small.
And is that what air blows over to make heat? Or
yeah, it's just like a small radiator, but it's inside the cabin of the vehicle, and so you're dissipating the heat off of that into the cabin.
Okay. Paul, welcome to the show. You have a question on wills. What's going on?
Yeah, I was wondering, when a person has a will or a trust or like a beneficiary deed on their home, and all the beneficiaries on there die, and when the person that, has the will dies, then who would it?
Okay, the way that works is this: anything left to someone, anything at all left to someone who is deceased, it goes to their estate.
Okay, but what if all the beneficiaries in there are dead? Who do you go to then?
It follows like what, Tom? Like the brothers or
well, okay.
the nephews and
there's a line. What Mark is talking about is the
succession line.
Exactly. And what happens is, if you're usually there are contingencies, but let's say there's not. So Paul, let's say you leave it to 3 people, equally. Is that what you mean? And then all 3 die?
Yes, that's what I want to know.
Okay, here's what would happen. So if you leave it to 3 people and all 3 people die, and then you die, the people that you left it to who are deceased, their estates would inherit it when you die, their estates.
Okay, because I thought somebody told me it would go to their like brothers and sisters.
It would go to their estate. Now, it depends on who is in their estate. If they left everything in their estate to their son, it would go to their son. If they left it to a charity, it would go to a charity. It would follow their estate. Now, in some cases, I don't know if that expires, because let's say they died a while ago. That would be a good question for one of our attorneys. So let's see if we can, you know what, that is a good question. Let's talk to Dan McKenzie if we can, or we'll get Keelan Park. Now, Paul, do you know of a situation like this? Is that why you're asking?
No, I was just wondering because I'm the youngest in my family, so I figured I'll probably be the last one to go, and they'll already all be dead.
But what are you being left that you're talking about?
Well, it's what I would be leaving them, my home and my...
Oh, yeah. Well, usually in estate planning, when you want to leave stuff or you want to appoint an executor or a personal representative or you want to do anything like that, normally you don't do it to older people unless you're sick and unless you know you're going to predecease them. Normally, you don't leave things to people that will predecease you on purpose. Now, you could say if so-and-so is alive, then you can leave them something. And then if not, you go somewhere else. And that can be written. But normally, when they're older than you, you don't do that normally.
Okay, well, but let me make sure I understand you, though. In that scenario, though, let's say that all the people that I have as beneficiaries pass away. You said it goes to their estate. Do you mean then it would go to whoever they have in their will as being their beneficiary?
Exactly. However, I'm unclear on something. I'm unclear on how long does that stay valid? For example, if he left his house to someone, but he never made arrangements for the stuff you left him, does that automatically get distributed to the rest of the heirs, or just to where the house went. So why don't you hang on, or not? You don't even have to hang on. You can listen, and I will ask one of our estate planning attorneys. Okay, Kachina, let's see if we can get one of them on. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255.
If you're not eligible for Medicare or Medicaid and don't have health insurance through your employer, please get in touch with Integrity Health Advisors, and please do it soon so you'll be covered for 2025. Integrity Health Advisors can help you choose among individual or family plans both on and off the exchange based on what's best for your medical needs and what's most cost-effective. You cannot be turned down, so get in touch with Integrity Health Advisors today. Make sure you have the doctor and pharmaceutical coverage you need. Get started at integrityhealthadvisors.com.
Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies are people who take a look at what you've amassed during your life, or as you're in middle age, what you have, or when you're younger, what you should have to make a retirement plan. That's what they do. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies, family owned and operated, and they're happy to talk to you about what they do, what their charges are, and what that all means to you. Retirement Planning Center of the Rockies. They'll talk to you at any time. Why don't you contact them? rpcenter.com. Never an obligation to find out what you have and what they can do for you and what they suggest. 970-663-3211. rpcenter.com. Hey, Gravina's Windows and Doors on 950 West Evans has been around for a long time, since 1988, but the Gravina family goes back to 72. And if you want the original Gravinas, you want the ones on 950 West Evans for windows, siding, and doors. They have 50 lines of windows, multiple lines of siding, and of course, doors, French doors, sliding doors, entry doors. Contact them at gravinawindows.com, and the number 303-472 8462. How much time do I have? How much time do I have?
Hang on for me.
3.5.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure that guy always busts balls, Tom.
Who?
That last caller. He calls about an estate question. We get him an answer. Then he calls back and says we were wrong and explains it. I'm pretty sure he's an estate attorney.
I'm good right now, thanks.
Yeah, I'm good.
If you're going to get more water, I'll take one.
Thanks.
Hey, Bo, grab me a water, please.
I'm not driving it out to Parker.
I would never live in Parker's.
Not supposed to drink and drive anyway.
Out in the farmland.
I did live in Parker, though. We liked Parker way back in the day.
Yeah, Parker's not the same as it was, man.
Not even close, bro. The traffic is insane.
It's stupid. That section in between Cottonwood until you get down to about J. Morgan.
Yep.
Hey, Mark, I don't know if you heard yesterday. I tried to make arrangements with old B to pick up her sewing machine, and she will not let me come over unless I fix the machine.
Oh, well, fuck her. We're done then. I offered to buy her. Fuck
I
it.
know.
There's nothing I can do.
I took my Saturday off. I had it all arranged to drop it off at Steve Kraft. He's the best sewing machine mechanic in town.
Yeah. No
She
offense
says,
to her, but fuck her.
She's a nice lady, but she says, I'll only let you in if you can repair it. And I go, I'm an HVAC guy, not a sewing machine
damn it.
mechanic.
Why aren't you eating?
Unbelievable.
What?
But if she calls you back and changes her mind, I'll still do it.
Yeah, I'm done. I mean, what else am I gonna do, man?
Yeah, I mean,
Didn't want a new one. Doesn't want to have this one fixed. I mean, come
no,
on.
and I looked up the parts for her. I figured out what parts she needed.
We're doing it like this completely free, and she's making it just impossible. There's nothing you can do.
can you bring your tools over? And I go, I'm not working on your air conditioner. Don't do sewing machines. I'm just picking it up. The guy said he'd put a rush on the repair and have it back to her in a week. Oh, well.
You can't be done. We didn't put a dent in it.
You know, we found a lady a place to live with her kid once.
Yeah.
And she
Oh,
was
God.
sneaking men in through the basement, turning tricks.
Really?
Oh, no.
Fucking true. Shauna.
Oh, God, you remember
Paid
that?
for a hotel for, what'd we pay, Tom? Maybe a week or two in a hotel, then found her a permanent place, and within a month, she was bringing tricks into their house.
Shauna the mama, huh?
Unbelievable.
Didn't you have one that pretended to be pregnant or something, too?
That was Tom's on the news, man. He focused on this woman like a Christmas story. She was pregnant, no place to live. So he ends up buying her a hotel room, blah, blah, blah.
10 seconds, guys.
Long story short, it was a pillow.
Trajan Wealth, your
Yeah.
trusted local fiduciary
Thanks for that.
advisors. TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, Joe. What's going on with you, Joe?
Hey, Tom. I just pulled a dumbass move and left my sprinkler system not turned on, but froze the vacuum breaker, and it sprayed up the side of the house for a couple of days. It was at a rental that's vacant, and ended up flooding the crawl space. It's a first floor crawl space. And so I rented a little pump and pumped all the water out, but obviously the soil is still mud. I'm wondering what my best thing to do about that.
All right, let me ask you something, Joe. Joe, is the crawl space well ventilated?
Well, as ventilated as crawl spaces are, it's got a couple of like 6 by 12 wall vents in there to allow air to come through.
How do you get into the crawl space is what I'm asking. How do you get in and out of it?
Oh, it's through a door in the downstairs.
Like a door in the house or a door on the outside?
Door in the house.
Okay, so the crawl space is how tall?
Tall for a crawl space, it's maybe 4.5 feet.
Okay, what you ought to do, okay, you're not, if it's dirt, you're not going to get mold on it. You're not going to get mold. Now the dirt, even if you did get mold, it's not going to last long because once it dries up, it'll be fine. You didn't get any of the house wet, right?
No.
Then what you ought to do, there are blowers you can put in there that'll at least help dry it faster. You can rent blowers.
Like a dehumidifier?
Well, actually, that would work too, but dehumidifiers, they're really, for something that big of an area, you would really need a pretty big one. How would you get it down there? I mean, is the door, you can just walk through the door?
It's about 4 feet by 4 feet, yeah.
We should ask Rock what he would do, not him as a company.
That's
American
a great idea.
Restoration,
That's a great
but
idea.
What is it? Do it yourself. Way.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's do that. But I'm thinking you can rent blowers. What you really want to do is you would want to blow from the door out, and then it would, because that crawl space, when you walk around the house, are there vents to the outside or not?
Yes.
From the crawl space to the outside, right?
Yes.
Good. If you put blowers in there, I'm pretty sure it's going to help. But let's talk to Rock over at American Restoration. And hang on, or you can listen, and we'll ask. And if you have any questions, you can ask him what the consequences are. And then how were we at getting McKenzie or Keelan Park on?
No answer yet, but Kel's still trying.
Okay, we're going to try that estate planning question on what happens if if your beneficiaries are deceased after a long time. What happens? Does it still go to their estate, or is it treated like the rest of your estate takes it? Maybe. That's a good point, and I don't know the answer, but we're going to talk about that coming up. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. Okay, I have a 2017 F450 added transmission cooler this summer. Is 140 degrees too cold for the transmission? What does that mean? 140.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I'd want to see those temps jumped up about 35, 40 degrees, get it up about 180.
So how do you do that?
Well, he's going to have to reduce some of that cooling he's got going on there. These things are designed to change, shifting patterns and shifting qualities and everything else according to certain temperatures, and they optimize at higher temperatures.
Okay, so 140 is too cool. What is the optimum?
Probably roughly between 170 to 180 degrees. So a lot of vehicles today, we're actually doing stuff to cool them down a lot because we're seeing temperatures in the 220s and 230s, trying to get them down because they were actually engineered to run that way.
Okay. All right. Now, next question. This is not a car question. This is, do Keelan Park have an office in Denver? I only see Fort Collins since no, absolutely. They don't have one, but they can serve all of Colorado, and you can do Zooms and you can do phone calls, and there's almost, there's really almost not a reason to actually person to person with an estate planning attorney. I mean, unless you just like it. And then of course they would meet with you. They would make an arrangement for that. But no, they don't have an office in Denver. I wouldn't let that steer you away because they're pretty good people and they can handle it. So Keelan Park, it's lawkp.com. They are in Fort Collins and they can handle it again because that's more of a state issue when it comes to estate planning and wills and all of that and probate. So they don't have to be in your backyard, but then that's up to you and your comfort level. Okay, so just feel free to call them, though. 303-713-TALK. We also have Dan McKenzie in the Denver area. Dan McKenzie. He doesn't do the same exact way they do. They do the one where they look at what you have and everything, all free of charge, and then come up with a plan with flat rate pricing. So he doesn't quite do it that way, but he's very reasonable, very personable. That's McKenzie Law. And both of them are on our referral list at referrallist.com.
Hey, guess who made $16 billion today?
Elon?
Of course, he made $10 billion plus yesterday. Guys made, I want to say $70 billion in 2 weeks. Unbelievable.
Is that in net worth because of the stock price?
Because of Tesla stock. So Tesla stock now today is another 10% up, $325. Most of the shares I own, to give everybody an idea of how much it's gone up, is around $115. It's absolutely amazing. He's going to make
now, Mark.
Tesla's going to make a lot of millionaires.
What's the reason for the Tesla stock going up so much?
Well, first of all, the last earnings were great. The future with the robot, the infrastructure, meaning the charging stations, and then the licensing of the self-driving to virtually every other car manufacturer are going to be massive and on-moving. But, of course, being part of the administration now, well, probably not technically part of it, but actually giving ideas to it. I mean, just imagine what that means. I mean, I don't even know how you value that. I'm seeing it as a $400 stock probably by, early next year. But the way it's going right now, my God, it was at $250. It's been up $75 in 2 weeks. So I could be way off. That thing could be over $400. But I'm not giving financial advice whatsoever. I'm just shocked by it. And I've owned that stock so long. It's crazy. I've watched this thing go up and down. It's nuts, man.
Now, imagine if the Democrats had their way on the unrealized gain. You just think about the tax that guy would have paid. He would have paid billions and billions in tax just because his value on paper went up, even though he did not.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, because they never had a plan for recapturing that if it went back down. That was the danger of that kind of tax. That's a one-way tax, and you never get it back.
And remember, these are the same Democrats like Pelosi and most of them, not just Democrats, but Republicans also, that could use inside trading information when they purchase stuff. So, I mean, it's kind of funny. They wanted to punish other people when they're already cheaters.
Oh, and by the way, someone says, Mark, they laughed when we talked about the courtesy time people have to get a temp tag or to get their tags in Colorado. A bill of sale, because they said, technically, look around, no one needs license plates. Really, it's unprecedented how many people I've seen driving around without license plates at all. None. I mean, it's amazing.
They keep saying they're cracking down on it.
Well, I believe it's not the state, but certain municipalities like Aurora was, I think. But I don't think Denver is.
You mean where the Venezuelan gangs are running the territory? You probably got to go to one of those apartment complexes to renew your plates by now.
Okay. Anyway, years ago, we gave a car away to Goodwill Industries. In about three months later, we got a huge towing bill and an impound bill, and found out the car had been driven for months with no plates. Fortunately, Goodwill took care of it, but it could be bad. I don't think they can hold you responsible. I'm sorry. I don't think they can. But, man, it's really important, though, that you get documentation of when you either sold or donated or relinquished possession of that car. 303-713-8255.
KHOW Denver, 630 KHOW, an iHeartRadio station. Download the free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Our American Stories.
Well, a little good news. Eastbound I-70 coming in from the high country. They managed to reopen the highway at Floyd Hill. So traffic is once again moving east to Idaho Springs there. But you now have this second closure. Eastbound I-70 down around Genesee. They had a big 6-car pileup. No serious injuries, but there is some cleanup underway. So they're going to detour you off the highway. Be prepared for those delays coming in from the high country. Of course, the I-70 closure on the eastern plains, both directions, basically between Air Park and the Kansas state line. Denver weather for today. Snow continues in a high only to 33. Right now we're at 32 degrees. With your Impact Traffic and Weather, I'm Aaron O'Neill, 630 KHOW.
This is Lee Habib, host of Our American Stories. On our next episode, we'll tell the story of the first martyr of the abolition movement. You won't want to miss the next episode of Our American Stories.
Today is a prime example of why you need battery backup for your solar system. Or, of course, you have the option of using the grid. But when you have a solar system, you need to put in by redrocksrs.com, Red Rocks Roof and Solar. Red Rocks knows how to put in a system and get you the backup you need, maybe even a generator if you're off-grid, whatever it is they can do. And with commercial systems, they can help you get it paid for through the government. Yes, solar is alive and well, and Red Rocks is aware of all the most current programs for you. RedRocksRS.com, 303-704-2449.
Tom, we should start talking about pushing those solar harders, because some of those tax things could go away pretty soon here, man.
I think Republicans love those tax things.
I'm not so sure on the solar side. I think they should go away on the cars. I think it's a fuck them. I don't like them.
Hey, how much time do I have?
4.
Thanks.
I'm probably splitting here, dude. I have to start plowing or I'm not going to be able to.
So what do you think the possibilities are that Sotomayor is going to drop out inside Trump's presidency and be able to shift it to a 7-2 majority?
I don't think there's
Is
enough
Tom
time.
there?
So they want her to drop out so they can put another.
There's not
I'm
time to
saying,
get him in.
No, I wouldn't. I'm saying that during Trump's presidency, because
Oh, yeah, she's definitely gonna
70 years old. She's got type 1 diabetes.
No,
It's up to her.
They want her to retire now.
Oh, I'm sure. So that way they can resecure her seat. But I think, I mean, do you think she can cut it for 4 more years?
I don't know enough about her health, but I mean, to me, it should be 100% up to her. I didn't like it when the Democrats pushed out the old
I'm not
guy.
arguing that at all. I'm saying for health reasons and age reasons, I don't think she's going to make it the next 4 years, and it's going to give Trump an opportunity to pump in another justice.
I see what you're saying, but they
You think she'll die in the position like Ginsburg?
Drop out so the Democrats can get the selection.
Well, that's what they're pushing for, but they won't approve a replacement that quick anyway.
Well, when they put Amy Coney Barrett in, because that was late term too.
Yep.
But I think that was still during the summer, though, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
You know what's going to be so nice having that? He's going to get so much done. You guys realize he knows how everything works now.
Oh, hell
He's
yeah.
got loyalists in
Well,
there.
and plus, if he's able to capture both sides there.
Oh, he is. The
And-
house is. It's
yeah.
a done deal, man.
So I mean, he's getting rid of the resistance.
Let me see what Poly Market is right now. I bet it's less than 2%. I love Poly Market. I think it's a better predictor of anything anywhere than anything else. Let's see here.
I think the pollsters would do better if they had.
Democrats are 3% right now, so you'd have to, on the House majority is what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Oh, here's a generic car question that maybe helps some people. Hot air blows while the car is driving down the road, but idling in a stoplight blows cold air.
Most likely low on antifreeze.
Mm-hmm. Or a plugged heater cord.
Or a plugged heater cord. But yeah,
Yep.
so once you get moving, you're increasing flow from the water pump. So
I don't know if we're bored and I don't have any other questions. Just throwing out stupid ideas.
Yeah, that's cool.
Thank you.
and yes, you need brake pads.
Need brake.
Can I go to Napa Valley for those?
Preferably in Napa Valley time. Yeah.
I'll tell you an interesting one. Who will be inaugurated as president? Trump is 95%. You guys know why?
There's more snipers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't even know this. How does that work? If something did happen to him, does that mean?
I would think it would go to J.D. Vance.
Does Vance automatically get it? I assume.
Yeah.
You don't have a new Secretary of State yet. How does that work?
Yeah, I don't know.
Don't know.
What if he got assassinated right now because he's not president? What would happen?
Well, he's president.
He's president-elect, so it should go to J.D. Vance.
Actually, what's cool about him is he's former President-elect Trump.
Yep.
Tell me how many people have that fucking title.
I think it was
there's only
done one
been
other
one
time in
other.
history, if I remember right. Yeah.
And I think it was one of the Bushes.
All right, 10 seconds here,
No,
guys.
no.
Gotcha.
No.
When are you going to go plow, Mark?
A Colorado licensed broker. Some restrictions apply.
Denver's talk station, 630 KHOW.
I'm Tom Martino. Welcome to the show with Major Marc Mager, and also we have Kevin Calkin and Jeff Vick. We have people joining us, and we're going to answer this question with our expert. So let's go to our expert we have on, Rock, with we have American Restoration 24/7. Rock, hi. We had a quick question here, and that is,
go ahead.
If you have a 4-foot crawl space under your home, normal venting, and a pipe broke or backflow preventer happened, something happened with the sprinkler and it was saturated, and now it's absorbed but very, very muddy, wet, moist, damp, can that cause any harm anywhere? And what would be the best way to eradicate it?
Oh, if you still have to remove soil because you have now we're talking about, I'm not a plumber, So I'm assuming that there's some type of fecal material.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. It wasn't sewage water. It was just regular fresh water.
Freshwater. Oh, okay. Then no. No. I think it would, a lot of times it absorbs. I go to a number of houses that are absorbed. Matter of fact, I did a mold job just the other day where it wasn't lined. It didn't have it wasn't covered with plastic, and most of the water was absorbed by the ground, but the wall still needed mold cleanup from a leaky pipe. So I would have somebody go in and check, especially after about a week or a couple days, and see if there's any type of mold or any type of growth that's happening. And especially if you have wood down there, natural materials on the beams and the joists, those are naturally occurring materials. So, you never know what could cause growth there. And if there isn't any, then you're fine. Or if there is some, it's easy to clean up when there's pretty easy to clean up.
Yeah, because of the open area. So what about Rock? What about putting a couple blowers underneath there? Would that be good or not to keep the air moving?
Yes, but I would check to see if there's mold. If it happened yesterday, like I said, sometimes there could be or there couldn't be. There's other things down there that could cause. There's chemicals. There's plants. There's things that have been stored. They could cause some type of growth. I would check for that first. I wouldn't blow in. I'd blow out. So I would. Right.
No. I understand. And it's not open to the house, but it's open to the outdoors. And that's why I told him he should probably, if he puts some blowers down there, it'll blow out the vents.
Right. If you're sure that it's going to blow out, I would still use negative air pressure, and which is, I would prefer to use negative air pressure.
And what does that mean? Like at the door going in, you'd put a blower on the door?
Right. And you can direct the air. If it's really a big crawl space, like some of these are huge, like the whole house will be, let's say, 1,000 square feet, and then that's 1,000 square feet under the house. That's a pretty large a large space.
Yeah.
You can direct the air in a certain direction with more than one fan, or a couple of them with the tubing directing out various vents. But I would go with a negative pressure and a filter.
Sure.
Negative pressure and filtering.
Hey, let me ask you something, Rock. Does dirt in and of itself get moldy?
It depends on what's in it. It depends on what type of, if you have Christmas decorations under there, that it depends on what hits the dirt and and how well it grows, how dry it is, how wet it is.
But if it's just soil, if it's just dirt and soil under there, will it be absorbed?
No. And regular water, no.
Okay.
Yes, it will be. As long as it doesn't there's a saturation point. As long as it's not overly saturated, it doesn't run for too many days. There's a rate of saturation. There's a rate of flow. As long as you don't exceed those, which is those are variables. As long as you don't exceed those, you can it should be absorbed.
Okay.
It should be absorbed.
All right, Rock, I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's American Restoration 24/7. And if you ever need them, I hope you don't, but if you ever need them for a property catastrophe, it's 8337-AM-REST or AM-REST, 8337-AM-REST. We have Dan McKenzie on now, which is really good because we needed a question there. Dan, somebody wanted to know if he left his home or his property or whatever, just anything, to 3 people, and all 3 people died or were dead or deceased.
Yeah.
And at the time he dies, they're dead. They're already gone. Where does that stuff go?
It depends on whether or not it's said to the descendants per stirpes or by representation. So you might see per stirpes when you're doing designated beneficiary forms, and it just is a weird Latin word that no one knows what that means. If it's per stirpes, that means it gets divided into 3 and then divided, among their various kids, and those kids can end up getting unequal shares because one of those 3 might have more kids than the others. If it's by representation and that whole first generation is dead, we're going to go down to the next generation and divide it equally among as many members are in that generation.
What if somebody was not attentive at all and these people predeceased them by 10 years? Would it still go to those deceased people's estate, or would it just be like dying without a will or something in his estate? What if, so he dies, and let's say his beneficiaries have been dead for 10 years?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I guess, are we, like, was it directed by a will? Do we know that?
I think he said it was a will, yes.
Yeah, really, the amount of time doesn't really matter other than if it's too short, right? So the length of time, if you survive someone by 10 years, we've had situations where, yeah, it goes into the person's estate, even though they've been deceased for a long period of time, actually. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I want to know. You mentioned something. So let's say it was left to two people. Those two people died, and they've been dead a while. And let's just say each of those people had wills. Would it be distributed according to how they left things in their will? For example, what if one of those people left everything to one particular person and it wasn't even a relative? They just left it to a person. Would then the new property be left to that person?
Yes. So, so I guess like my will says, like, to my descendants by representation. And so if they're deceased, it's just going to skip right over and doesn't really matter what their will says. But if I said, I'm leaving this to Tom Martino and you've passed away, it could go to your estate if I haven't said anything else, and then your estate's going to direct where it goes. So it kind of depends how I've left it to you. If I've already accounted for the fact that you might be deceased, or if I just said you, and then didn't say anything about what happens if you predeceased me. So there's a lot of possibilities, unfortunately. I'd have to see the document, really.
But it doesn't necessarily follow the deceased person's will. It follows their estate. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, but the will is going to direct the estate. The issue is, how did it get left to them by the previous person? So, like, again, if mine says, to my kids, per stirpes, I've already accounted for the fact that they might be
break when you get a chance.
Deceased, go to their kids. Don't worry about what their will says. But if I say, my kid by name, for example, and my kid survives me, then their estate is going to get that first. And again, it's confusing because my kid, did they survive me and now they're deceased, or did they predecease me? That's going to be a question too.
Wow.
You know what the dynamic is here.
Yeah, no, I understand. But the quick answer is, though, it goes to their estate. That's the quick answer. And what you need to do is specify more. You have to have more specificity if there is even the possibility of that. And that's where, obviously, an estate planning attorney comes in. Thank you very much, Dan. I got to take this break. 833-CO Plans. That's McKenzie Law, Dan McKenzie, coplans.co.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Well, a fairly decent
Mark,
drive
when are you
going to
go
the metro area in terms of major highways. The snow is falling, but traffic is lighter than usual as people have chosen to stay off the roads, which is
He says he's leaving at the top of the hour.
getting some volume. I-70 eastbound from 270 all the way to Pena Boulevard. And most of the issues are up in the high country. We did have an accident, I-70 eastbound at the base of Floyd Hill. That accident has now been cleared, but traffic slowly getting back to posted speeds there. Denver weather this afternoon, snow and a high of 33 tonight.
Ooh, I got a question for when it's dead.
It's currently...
What are your thoughts on the retro foam stuff?
Jeffrey Dalle, 630 KHOW.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, Joe Biden calls 250 million Americans garbage for supporting.
I see a ton of commercials, so I was just curious.
Doing of the Harris campaign. I'll break down
great
the data
stuff
for you. Download the Ben Ferguson podcast now.
Okay, let's talk about, let's see, my turn. Okay, Discount Bath. The reason I like Discount Bath is because you can get a price for this bath, whether it's the hallway or the master bath or a Jack and Jill bath or a bath in the basement where they roughed it in. You can get a price without them coming to your house. It's pretty accurate too. All you do is answer some questions and then they send you a link, okay? They send you a link because they don't want to just have an open link for people to send videos, right? It never works out that way. So when you contact them, they send you the link. You send the video and then they give you a price. It's really cool. Now, they have all kinds of options for baths, but they give you a basic price, and then you can go up or down from there. They also do shower conversions for $9,888 all in with acrylic finishes, glass, and just a wonderful shower if you want to do that new conversion. So whatever it is, contact discountbath.com, discountbath.com. Okay, so Retrofoam is a great product.
Say again?
It's a great product.
Okay.
Yeah, it really.
Texas
now,
is another place where taxes get really weird.
you have to have the right kind of house for it. If it has a lot of air spaces that are blocked and really built in a weird way, but if it has open cavities, there's nothing better, actually, and it disrupts your house the least.
I've got 20-foot vaulted ceilings and no attic, so I'm just curious about.
Wait a minute. Vaulted ceilings and no attic. What do you have between the ceiling and the outside?
The roof. I nothing.
What?
Yeah, I've got zero attic whatsoever anywhere.
Well, then, but wait. So when you look up at your ceiling, is it drywalled?
Yeah.
And behind the drywall is what?
No idea.
Should be insulation.
Whatever. Yeah.
Whether it's blow-in or vat. And roof joist.
Well, he's saying there's no insulation.
Yeah, it's just straight roof.
But there's got to be, if there's an air void, they can do the Retrofoam. If not, you have to make a void that can Retrofoam.
Like the sidewalls, not the ceiling.
What's that?
Retrofoam.
The foam can be used in the ceiling if you have a void.
Gotcha.
But it has to be a void that's confined. Because if you went to an attic, for example, you can't just put Retrofoam in an attic because you can't fill up the whole attic. But,
Yeah, but I've got no attic.
That's what I mean. So here's what I would. You're losing heat like crazy then.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
So so you have plywood. So behind your drywall in the ceiling, is the plywood to the outside? There's got to be a void in there.
I'm sure there is a void through the normal grooves, the tracking in the roof, and there's the venting in the soffits and the little turtle vents up on top.
Well, if there's turtle vents on top, you got to have 4 inches in there.
So yeah, I mean that's probably all I've got.
But if you had 4 inches, that's enough for the Retrofoam to do a good job.
For the ceiling. So do I need to do the walls then too?
If you don't have it in the walls, do you have insulation?
I'm sure I do. I mean, the house was built in the early 80s, but I know for damn certain that whenever we open the door to the closet on a day like this, it is frigid in that damn closet.
Wow.
Everywhere else is fine-ish.
Yeah, what they'd have to do is explore that because, man, that sounds like an energy sieve.
Yeah.
Is it hard to keep heated?
It is, cold in the winter and hot in the summer upstairs, but everywhere else is mostly pretty good.
Is it expensive to heat and cool?
Not a lot. I mean, on the hottest summer day months, I'm maybe spending $300 a month for air conditioning.
So that vaulted ceiling, by code, first of all, you would see nails coming through if you didn't have a void, obviously.
I don't see any nails.
And
we got several skylights too.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. If nothing else, for support.
You can call up Apple Air on our referral list, Dragon, and they'll come out and set up these boxes or whatever they do and figure out where everything's going and how to fix it.
Okay.
You mean the blower door, Mark?
We've got Fox News up here in the studio, and they're pushing the Retrofoam stuff. I see a ton of those commercials, so I just thought I'd get your opinion on it.
That soundproofs your house too, man.
I'll take it. We live in Aurora. We'll get away, no more gunshots.
You won't have to hear that Venezuelan gang.
Be great.
Hey, Dragon, my audio just
10
dropped.
seconds.
Join me each day of the work week starting at 2 here on 630 KHOW.
Hi, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-255. Barbara has a question on a car sale. Go ahead, Barbara. What's going on?
On paying cash for a new car, and I've heard you and Mark talk about don't let them know that you want to pay cash for a car.
Right.
So I just need to know what.
Well, there's a few reasons we say that.
You save money if you don't pay cash.
And there's a good strategy, even if you do want to pay cash, not to do it right away if they're offering incentives. But I'm sorry we're running out of time, but I promise you we'll come right to you in just 6 minutes or so and talk about this because it's really important. So why don't you hang on? We'd love to talk about this.
Do you have 3X?
Pay it off. Think you'll ever see 0% financing again?
Never.
Tesla has it right now.
For what?
I think anything, but I'm not sure.
How do they do on leases?
Out the robot in the mall.
How do they do on leases?
I have no idea.
I wonder if they hold a residual. I guess if Tesla does it, they do.
I think that's the only way I would do an EV is on a lease because the technology is changing so quickly.
Yeah, if they put their money where their mouth is with a good residual, it's worth it.
It's worth it, absolutely.
In fact, I'm getting to think as I get older and I don't put a lot of miles on cars, it's like it's a smart use of money.
I think that's exactly where I was thinking, yeah. Because Rodney was showing me numbers on a brand new Blazer, EV Blazer for $250 a month on a lease.
Yeah, they do. Tesla's got 0 APR right now. But forces you, let me see here. But it forces you to buy self-driving.
How much more is that?
At least 15,000. Last time I looked. Haha, that is sneaky. Gotta love Elon.
Why the hell did
it's 8,000 now.
Where's the studio? Where'd the studio go? There it is. Let me bring up that studio.
I'd get screwed leasing a Tesla. That's what we drive most of the time. I mean,
the mileage alone, yeah, it'd kill you.
20, 30,000 miles on it a year.
You just put it up in the air and go backwards for a while.
Yeah. And hope it doesn't hit the ground. What was that movie? That was a good one.
Yeah, that was that old Ferrari. Up in the
Ferris Bueller's Day
Ferris
Off.
Bueller, yeah.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller. That was actually a great movie.
That was for
Launches the car off the back of the freaking.
Of all the cars taken a joyride, an antique Ferrari. That was crazy.
Fix it? Apparently. I don't know what I did.
You didn't touch any buttons.
Uh-oh, what'd she touch?
She did it. Whatever she did.
She touched it.
What did she do?
The lid's open.
Yeah, you left the lids open in the pizza.
She's freaking out. Pizza lids are open.
We're dealing with workarounds.
Hey, Dimitri, are you in Tom's studio?
I'm here, Bo. What's up?
Hey, I got a notice from the post office that Carol finally sent her police report.
Oh, that's great.
Which one is that?
Justin Garcia case out of Colorado Springs.
But I just got a notice. I have to go down to the post office and pay 15 cents. She didn't put enough post.
Oh, no.
So I got to go wait in line.
Oh, I'm
If
sorry,
it's
dude.
thick, I'd like for you to text or email me your address in case I cannot scan it.
Who, me?
Yeah,
Okay, what do you need again? I didn't hear it that.
in case I need to mail it to you. I need your just.
Oh, you want
text
my
your-
mailing address?
Yeah, or I can mail it to Tom's house,
I'll give you my mailing address if you want.
just in case I can't scan it.
Yeah, I'll email it to you right now.
All right, well, I won't get it till tomorrow.
Well, you got snail mail?
Oh, do you want me just to text it to you?
Just text it to me.
Okay, I'll text you my mailing address right now.
Yeah, the lady sent me the police report, but it's 15 cents postage due, so they wouldn't deliver it.
That sounds weird.
So it must be a thick file. I don't know.
Yeah, it must be, man.
So in case I cannot scan it, I want to
She probably put one stamp on it.
Okay, not to be judgmental or anything like that,
No, you would never.
but I'm only getting.
Well, I'd rather go to the post office tomorrow than to visit Mean Bee and her Singer sewing machine.
Way better. Way better.
Hey, Bellatrixen. I'll tell you the strangest issue I found on self-driving. Some big dually locked up their brakes on our neighborhood road. And they're huge black skid marks that go from one lane to the other. And they've been there about 2 weeks. The fucking Tesla wants to drive around them. Now, if there's a car coming the other way, it won't do it. But if both lanes are open, the fucking car will drive around the skid marks.
So does it get scared of cattle guards too?
No. It's the craziest shit I've ever seen. I've never seen it except right here in the neighborhood.
I wonder what it's thinking. Seriously.
I think it's looking at the yellow lines, and because the skid marks go through the yellow lines, for a second it thinks that the yellow lines move.
Yeah, the road is turning.
But then it catches itself. But like I said, I actually was looking at it the other day, and a car was coming. I wanted to see if it would try to go over. But when the car was in the other lane, it wouldn't go over, thank God. You know what I'll do? When the weather gets better, I will actually videotape that, because if you have a Tesla and use autopilot like I do, it'll be an amazing thing to see.
So when
it's crazy.
when it's got no lane awareness, it's been scraped, but you can't see the lines. How does it react?
Well, it knows my dirt roads perfectly. I don't have any lines on dirt roads, and it drives right to my house.
Huh.
Oh, wait a minute. It looks at the edges or what?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck it looks at, but it drives right to my driveway. And you've been to my house lots of times. It's all dirt. There's no lines. Oh, yeah, the roundabouts work perfect. If we go up by the Castle Rock malls, it's all roundabouts. There's like
10
4
seconds,
of them.
guys.
Knows everything.
Pause it. Enter it now at khow.com. Inflation salvation on 630 KHOW.
Ripped off, bad news. You need advice so you don't have to lose. We'll come running just as fast as we can. Troubleshooter's gonna help the common man.
This is the Troubleshooter Show. Now, Tom Martino.
Hi, Tom Martino here. Welcome to the show. 303-713-TALK, 303-713-8255. Okay, well, what an uneventful day as far as calls. Got a lot. By the way, we have a lot of text messaging going on. And we also have a lot of questions about winter driving I want to talk about. Someone wants to know if they have a front-wheel drive, they're being told 2 different stories. Do you need 4 snow tires or just 2 on the front wheels? And by the way, you can text me as well. 57739 is a short code that'll get you right through. Put Tom there. And then also, you can go to my Google number, which is 747-999-5280, 747-999-5280. Guys, what do you think on the tires?
Well, you're definitely going to get a benefit just putting the 2 on the front, but you're going to get maximum benefit by going all 4. It's not just for traction when you're taking off from a stop or cornering or something like that, but you're also depending on those tires when you come to a stop.
Braking and turning. Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly.
So basically, it's never a bad idea to have all 4.
All 4.
2's good, 4's better.
Okay. Barbara, you had a question on a car sale. Let's talk about it. You want to pay cash.
Okay.
And you're wondering, is it, okay, not to tell them. One of the reasons we say that is when there are incentives. Sometimes dealers get incentives when you finance a car. They get kickbacks and they get paid a spread on loans. Okay. If they have incentives, they would come right out and tell you. So, but you have to know the price of those incentives and if it's worth not paying in cash, but then you can pay it off in a few months. When I bought my car, they were giving a special incentive, a special discount if you financed it. So I got the incentive to finance it. Then I asked the dealer, I said, just out of curiosity, how long do I have to keep this financed before they take back the incentive from you? And he said, if you keep the loan out for 4 months and then pay it off, we make our incentive. They were right. They were very open about it. I mean, it kind of shocked me.
Good.
Mark, do you find that they're pretty open about their incentives?
No, I think you and I are kind of on the inside. I don't think they tell anybody that, but I'm going to tell everybody right now.
Okay.
They make a dealer when they sell it to a credit union or a bank. They're making 1 to 3%. They pad that in the interest rate. So the best thing you can do is you actually go in there. You got to have decent credit, though. Let's say you got 740 plus. You go in there and you say, okay, I don't mind. I'd set them up like this. I want this car, and I just want the car at the best price you can. I don't even mind if I pay more interest. So basically what we're doing is allowing them to pack the back end, so when they sell it, they're getting 3% over the oversale. Then the second you have the keys in your hand, you pay it off, and you're done.
A little disingenuous, but it works.
And pay it.
Oh, my God. Disingenuous? Who are we talking about? We're talking about the people that lock you in the back room and try to knock you over the head.
No,
with
I
mopping
understand
glow.
that. I'm all for doing the negotiations. Here's so Barbara, what he's saying is, if you say, look, I want the best price ever, I don't care if you finance it, and even if I pay a little on interest, you bait them into giving you a great price, and then what you do is you do the payoff right after you get that great price.
As soon as it's over, you just pay it off.
But here's the deal.
Okay, so just immediately.
Yeah, well, you don't pay it off right there at the dealer 5 minutes later.
I like McDonald Hyundai. So when I negotiate with them, and I bought a lot of vehicles from them, just like Tom was telling you, and I'm very straightforward, I will say, okay, I'll make sure we do the first 3 payments before I pay it off. That way they still get their incentive. So I've done that, but when I've dealt with other dealers like Arapahoe Hyundai, who I simply don't like, I've paid it off 3-4 days later, or as soon as I have the availability to pay it off.
Yeah, and a lot of people think if they come in and say, I want to pay cash, they're going to get a better deal. The dealer really needs to make some money, so they're gonna the money they would have made on the financing, they're gonna put on the car.
See, they have a buy rate. That buy rate, let's say, right now interest rates are high. So let's say good credit right now, they go to a credit union, they can do a 5% deal with your credit and income. Well, they're going to be quoting that to you at 6, 7, or 8. So they're going to be actually making that 1 to 3% the second they close the deal. That's part of their profit on that car at that point. In fact, it could be a big chunk of the profit on that.
But if I were you, I wouldn't mess with any of that, Barbara. I would go to JFR Cars and have Rodney source the car at the best price possible and then just pay for it.
And then just pay for it.
Yeah,
what kind of car are you looking for, by the way?
Credit. I'm looking for a 24 or 25 Honda CRV.
Oh, nice. Popular car.
It's a very nice car.
Very.
You can get it
Does
sourced.
it make a difference how high your credit score is by what they would deal with
If you're paying cash, that really doesn't matter. Or if you're going to pay it off after you finance it, the credit score comes into where they get you a better interest rate.
Yeah. So theoretically, it's all relative. They're going to pad it accordingly. So if they can sell that loan at let's say 5.5%, and you have great credit, you can sell it at 5.5. If you don't have great credit, it might take them 6.5. But accordingly, on top of that, they're going to pad it.
Okay, and if you buy it from JFR Cars, if he shops it for you, then you just deal just like you were doing it with a regular dealer?
Yeah. Well, here's what they do. They do a lot of business with dealers, so they're going to get a good price. And the dealers know there's not going to be any screw around. And but they don't always. I just want you to know this. And Rodney will be the first to tell you, they can't always beat a price you negotiate on your own somewhere. Not always. But they take the hassle out of it. And you're welcome to shop and then compare that price.
Okay.
And then if they do a great deal, buy it from them. They'll get the car, and then they'll act as a broker, and then you can pay cash or whatever. It doesn't matter at that point. Have you ever considered, Barbara, may I ask a few questions? Why are you going to pay cash? I'm just curious. I like doing that too, but why are you doing it?
Just because I don't like to have any payments on anything.
Okay.
And I have the cash.
I know what you mean. I've been rethinking that for the first time in my life because what cash can do for me has changed over the years. And if you're looking at a big hunk of cash and draining it from your account, as opposed, now I'm not trying to talk you into this, I'm just saying you got to look at the math more than the psychology. And I was doing some numbers on leasing a car. And it is really, really inexpensive for me when you consider that I don't drive that much as far as the actual miles, and I want to change it out in 2 or 3 years, 3 at the top. And the lease is very inexpensive compared to if I finance it, but I can make more money leaving my money with my company being invested to more than pay for that lease payment. So I rethought it. And as interest rates go up, it's 6 of one or half a dozen the other. It's what you can do with your money as opposed to just taking it all and putting it on a car. Because no matter what, if you have a really nice car, you have a chunk of money on that. How much have you seen these cars selling for, Barbara?
About 35.
Yeah, that amount of money is not going to make a big difference one way or the other as far as investments. So I would say you're on the right track. I've seen other people do such silly things. I actually saw people one time refuse to finance a car, and it was a $50,000 car. They wanted to pay cash for it, and they were going to pay cash for it. Meanwhile, the car loan at the time was 3.5%. But here's what the stupid thing was, because people don't ever look at their whole picture. And they had credit card debt. They were paying 16%. And I said, do you understand that you'd be better off paying off that credit card and financing your car than you would the other way around? But they just like the idea of having the car paid for. I don't know why. Again, so many people make economic or financial choices by emotion as opposed to logic and math, because logic and math sometimes dictates another approach. 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. By the way, Speaking of that, that's why I started my investment advisement company, Wave 8 Wealth Management. I started it after years and years of doing it for myself with these advisors I hired. Then we got registered to offer this to the public. Now, there's a reason for it. Most of the time, I was unhappy with the advice I was getting, and I found out why. They weren't really advising me. They were middlemen. They were literally middlemen. There's something called turnkey asset program where people invest your money with bigger advisors. It's called turnkey because these advisors take your money, get a commission, but they do nothing with your money. They leave it to big advisors. That advisor doesn't know you from Adam. If you want to know you're getting the most attention, the best attention, direct attention, I want you to at least let us give you a free review. Investwithmartino.com is the website. The name of the company is Wave 8 Wealth Management. The number is 303-771-HELP. And it's where I put my money where my mouth is. Everything I do is right alongside you. 303-771-4357. That's 771-HELP.
Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay.
Mark says he's gone.
Okay.
For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just
See that?
seconds.
That's Frank
There are
Duran,
no
the real
fees,
estate
no
man right
obligations.
there.
Get real value from your
Isn't
life
that
insurance
cool?
when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
Is this my turn to tell you about Genesis Total Exteriors? Genesis does everything on the outside of your house, but when weather gets like this, they also can do basements, baths, kitchens. They do remodeling as well. And they're a company that I've known and trusted for more than 25 years, and you can too. Mark Szymanski and his team will do a good, honest job, and they'll do it, as opposed to people who take the money and run. You know, this is a terrible industry, but Genesis makes it okay. Genesis Total Exteriors, 303-679-8509, 303-679-8509, GenesisTotalExteriors.com. Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. No one does it better than Frank. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, you can't find someone better, not only in skill, but as a person. And I know him, and I'm going like for the entire 30 years he's been in business. And I dubbed the name Frank Duran, therealestateman.com. And you'll know why once you hire him. And by the way, if you're just thinking about selling, he'll do a free market evaluation of your home to see what it will sell for. Give him a call, 303-920-1622. That's 920-1622.
I know, because she woke me up.
I'm
not waiting up.
Oh, you didn't get to go. You didn't have to go.
Hell no.
It's probably not even snowing. Here, look at Colfax.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, there's nothing out there. I don't see any cars either, so apparently we're not doing anything.
Well, that's the thing too. Imagine because I've had so many cancellations. I mean, during this kind of weather, people push their cars to work before they get them up.
They push them to work.
They do. Yeah. So they take Uber and Lyft. We try to send a guy home. They wanted $60 to go a mile.
What?
Yep.
Why?
Well, the snow and the demand.
I didn't know rates changed like that.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. I made the customer wait 30 minutes till the price went down to $20 before.
Are you kidding me? That can alter that much?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In 30 minutes, it went from 62 to 18.
Try to get one downtown when all the kids are getting out of the freaking bars, man.
Yep.
But yeah, they boosted my daughter to have to go to work the other day, and she called up and it was going to cost her an extra $25 to get to work.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, this is about
Stay where you
8:30.
are, I'll come get you.
It's about 8:30. Trying to send him home, and he's cool. Another cup of coffee, hang out till the price goes down.
Yeah, I'm supposed to take my daughter's boyfriend to lunch tomorrow. He's got something he wants to discuss with me.
Oh, man. It's a little awkward. You going to bring any guns to clean while you're talking to him, anything like that?
He's a good kid. He really is.
Good.
And I mean, he loves her, and he's good to her. But
it's never right, is it?
No.
Yeah. Well, who was that? The comedian would do that. You know, he said it just happened to be cleaning my guns when the boyfriend came over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tom, I don't mind going back to prison.
Tom, do you remember your old feature you used to call Tradio?
I didn't do it.
Yeah, in the 90s.
I remember it. People would buy and sell stuff all the time. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Think there'd be any appeal for that now?
I would have seen my kid out there.
I don't know.
A lot more scams now.
I don't think. I think because there's so much on the internet and so much
Actually, that's right.
that to me it would be like a waste of airtime. I don't know. Or social media, maybe not. I don't know.
Okay. Perfect.
I don't know. Actually, you know, it's hard to say. It's always hard to figure out what people will like, or will bite.
that was the appetizer. Good God.
What is the make of the car?
So, does it come with a shovel? Yeah.
All right, hang on for me.
I got so many Zooms this afternoon. Ugh. What? Why is this a Zoom, for God's sakes? What the hell is that all about? Why do I have this down as a Zoom? Okay.
10 seconds here, guys.
Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisors. TrajanWealth.com. 630 KHAL, an iHeartRadio station.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter. Ted's on the line. Wants to talk about a 2009 Subaru Forester. Question on oil consumption. What's going on, man?
I bought this about a year ago.
How many miles on it, out of curiosity?
Roughly 170.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah.
Anyway, I bought it about a year ago. I got the warranty from them. We did the oil consumption test. They replaced the short block, which is what it says in the warranty. Then after a few thousand more miles, oil consumption was just as bad. I took it back in. This time, I'm not sure. I think they replaced the short block again, and this time they did valve guide replacement.
Well, my God, you pretty well should have just done the engine. At 170,000 miles, wow. I mean, so now what's going on with it?
Well, I'm going to be getting ready to take it back down to do another oil consumption test. I was curious, do I have anything for me that could say, I'm tired of this? What can we do?
Well, okay. First, I got to ask this. Did you buy this from a private party?
No.
You bought a car. Hold on. You bought a car, a 15-year-old car with 170,000 miles on it, right?
Yes.
And when you said they did the short block, you paid for that, right?
No. Under warranty.
There's a warranty that covered your 09. Is it something you bought when you bought the car?
Yes.
I am shocked that they actually did this for you with 170,000 miles on it.
Yes, it's like the warranties that you hear of, everything breaks and you can buy warranties, those type of things over the television.
But normally they don't pay. So are you telling me you actually got a refurbished or remanufactured short block for that car? Wow.
I
God.
can tell you another thing. I've got a 2002 Subaru. When I got it, it had like 180 on it. I kind of understand Subarus. It had oil consumption. I took it to a Subaru shop. They rebuilt the lower half, the short block, and now I have 340,000 on it. It does not use a drop of oil in 3,000 miles.
Guys, I want to ask you something. Okay, this short block on a 2009 Subaru, what would that entail, basically, guys? What would that entail?
Well, it's the engine minus heads. So you get a new crank.
But isn't that where most of the oil would be going?
Well, they according to their test, apparently went through the rings. That's why they did the short block.
That's what I mean. So why is it still burning oil?
Because they didn't get all the. It had more than one leak, more than one consumption spot. If they did the guides the second time.
So here's what I want to ask you, Ted. You want to know if it's your right to say I had enough. Well, what does that mean then? What happens if you had enough? Let's say you did have enough. What would you want?
I would. I think I would kind of like to get the same price that I paid for it and get a different car from.
But why would they? You didn't buy a new car, bro. I mean, you bought an extended warranty. How much did you pay for that warranty?
It was roughly $3,500.
Holy
The reason I got it too was because.
What did you pay for the car?
Huh?
What did you pay for the car?
Roughly $8,000.
You're buried in that thing, man. Do you realize you're 11.5 into that car?
Yes. But I understand how Subarus can be. Like I say, the other one's got 340 on it now, and the only thing I do is change oil every now and then.
Yeah, but what difference does it make if you overpaid?
I'd just like to get something different.
But you paid $8,000 for a car, a 15-year-old car with 170,000 miles.
Yes.
Well, there's no helping you. I mean, you're so buried in that car. Did they say they would refund your money?
No, that's what I'm going to wonder next time when I take.
Well, man, okay, let me just get right to it. What model is this? The Forester, right?
Yes.
Can I just tell you, just frankly, that you don't have a leg to stand on? I mean, this is more than a used car. I mean, this is a.
Well, if I go back in and they put the engine in again, and it's, if they make it right this time where it doesn't use any oil, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, okay, I don't really know the extent, to be honest with you. I don't know what kind of warranty you bought, but for $3,500, okay, at some point they're going to cut bait and not want to do anything. What's the name of your warranty?
Veritas.
Have you guys heard of this warranty?
I've never dealt with them before.
Never
Is that something you bought from the dealer, or you mentioned TV? Did you buy this thing on TV?
No, I bought it from the dealer.
Was it a Subaru dealer or local dealer?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I mean, you'd be better off, if they're going to go in there and they're going to want to swap out that short block again, pay for the betterment and get a complete long block.
So let me just explain something to you. These cars are going on cars.com. I will tell you, they are going for around $7,000. Okay.
Right.
All right. Some of them a little cheaper. Okay. So let's say $5,000 to $7,000. Then you added 50% to that. You literally added 50% again for that warranty. So why don't they stop screwing around? I mean, for what they spent so far, why don't they just replace the entire engine?
Well, we will see next time, because the warranty says short block. The second time.
Oh, wait a minute. What do you mean the warranty? See, I don't know this. What do you mean by that?
The warranty says it's a common problem with Subarus. So the warranty says they will replace the short block under oil consumption. The second time when I took it in, they did a little more research and found out it was coming through the valve guides. So they did the valve guides the second time. And with that, they were saying, we don't know who's going to pay for it yet. And I don't know who paid for it, whether the dealership paid it or the warranty company paid for the valve guides.
Okay. And then it's still burning oil.
Yes.
How much?
I changed the oil after 1,000 miles just for break-in. And since I changed it in 1,000 miles, it was about 3/4, if not 7/8 of a quart low.
Wait. Are you talking about it wasn't a quart low in 1,000 miles?
Correct.
What does your warranty call excessive? Most warranties, and Kevin and Jeff, tell me if I'm not telling the truth. Don't most warranties say it's not excessive until it's beyond a quart every 1,000 miles?
Yeah, anywhere between 1,000 and 2,000, typically, yes.
You know, you might have a problem in the definition of high oil consumption.
No, because this time I changed the oil after this last rebuild, my dipstick was bare at 700 miles.
So it got worse.
It wasn't even registering.
Oh, my God. Look, you know what? You're in a weird, I don't really know what situation you're in, because technically you didn't buy it as is, technically. You bought it subject to a warranty, technically. I don't know what they're going to do for you. I don't know what your rights are under that warranty. I doubt it's to get another car. I just think they have to try to fix it. I mean, now, as a dealer, they may want to try to negotiate something, but if they keep going back to the warranty company, that dealer doesn't want to touch it.
Right.
What's the name of the dealer?
It's the one out in Lakewood. Is that Go Subaru?
I really don't know, but it sounds like they're not screwing you too much. I mean, they're trying to help you. I mean, it does seem like it to me.
Yeah, it's just that
take a break when you get a chance.
My 2002 it's the same engine.
No, I know what you're saying. Well, can you just call us, seriously, call us back after they look at it and tell me what they tell you.
Right. It's going to be a while because since I just did put that other quart of oil in, I'll wait till it gets real low again, take it back in, and what they do is they change the oil. And then that way, you know, they probably mark the filter, they mark the plug, all of that stuff to make sure you're not tampering with it. And then when it is low again, I take it in and they look at it and then they'll say, you know, yes, it is oil consumption.
Wow.
So it might be a while before I take it back in.
God.
Like I say, I'll wait till it.
How long is the warranty?
I think it said 100,000 miles, and roughly it was either 5 or 10 years. I can't remember. I think it was 5 years.
Too good.
I have never heard of a used car warranty in my life that's an extra 100,000. So you mean to tell me they will warranty that for 270,000 miles?
Yes.
And 5 or 10 years?
I would say 5. I don't remember if it said 10.
Kevin, I mean, Kevin and Jeff.
Specific. I've never heard of that.
I have never. Could you send us a copy of your warranty? If you would do that, I would be so happy, Ted. And then we'll have it here for when we need it if we help you in the future. I'm Tom Martino. We have more coming right up.
This is Denver's Talk Station with Michael Brown in the morning and Dan Kaplis in the afternoon. 630 KHOW.
I didn't write it
Denver.
down. Guys,
Now,
that's the
Impact
craziest
Traffic.
shit I've ever
This
heard.
report is sponsored by Red Pilled America.
Well, we had that earlier issue, I-70 eastbound at Genesee Park, that multiple car accident. That accident has now been cleared. All lanes are open there, and traffic slowly getting back to posted speeds. But it's still kind of heavy in that area, I-70 eastbound at Genesee up there in the high country. Down here in Denver, things are looking fairly decent. I-25 looking good in and out of the downtown area. They're moving close to posted speeds. If you're headed out out to the airport, Pena Boulevard outbound, looking a little heavy from I-70 past 56th. Denver weather this afternoon, snow and a high of 33. Tonight, scattered showers and a low of 30. It's currently 33 in Denver. With your impact traffic and weather, Jeffrey Dalle, 630 KHOW.
This week on Red Pilled America, we tell the epic story behind the birth of the MAGA movement and the political machine trying to stop it. Listen to Red Pilled America on the iHeartRadio app. That's Red Pilled America, a storytelling show for America First patriots.
American Restoration 24/7. You heard him on the show. Rock was our expert talking about moisture and water infiltration into a crawl space. They are very busy this time of year. If you have a broken pipe, you have any kind of damage, frozen pipes, you have fires or floods or any kind of asbestos, black mold, maybe unattended death, even crime, like a meth lab in one of your rentals. If you have a property catastrophe, your insurance may pay for this, but man, they're only going to pay once. And sometimes they want you to go with the cheapest. Don't do it. They're only going to pay once. And most people in the restoration business suck. That's why I highly recommend someone who does a great job. American Restoration 24/7. 8337-AM-REST. I hope you never need them, but if you do, you'll be happy they're there. And that is 8337-AM-REST or online, amrest247.com.
So then we came into the shop. We got a little shop refrigerator. You know, the guys put their lunches in it. And we got the freezer part we actually use a lot because some parts will freeze, you know, to make them easier for installation and stuff. Yeah. Well, that took a shit. When we found that out the hard way when you opened up that door. Good God. So, and then now the head on my freaking range up on the mountain is, I mean, the stove works, but you can't tell what the temperature is. You can't tell what
Trying to find somebody to fix appliances up there is probably impossible.
I found a real good guy out of Montrose who's in his reasonable price. I mean, obviously, you know, I pay a little bit more because he's got travel time, and that's understandable. Yep. But it wasn't even that much more. I think he charged me an additional $35 to get up there.
Another $5, dude. I'm sorry.
It's like whatever, bro. Yeah. But I got to get him up here soon because here in about another week or 2 weeks, he's not going to get his truck in there.
Yeah, that's true.
You got to take a snowmobile in, and there are guys that do that, but they do charge a big premium.
I don't know how this person's still on TV. She is so negative, so nasty, so.
Tell you what, I'm going to make this so much easier on you. I'm going to go ahead and send you an email. And that way, all you have to do, can you access your email from your phone?
Hey guys, what do you know about 50cc Honda scooters?
Nothing really.
I mean, are they street legal? Somebody wants to donate them.
Everything's street legal anymore. All the crap I see driving down the road.
Yeah, I saw a kid today riding a freaking electric scooter down the middle of the road.
Yeah, I don't know what street.
Oh
legal
yeah,
is
these
anymore.
little Honda scooters, they're cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They're legal in Denver. And I believe with 50cc's, you don't even need a license plate on them.
Hey, Tom, reading up, I think this guy bought this as a pre-owned certified somehow.
What?
Subaru's pre-owned certified is $700,000 and $100,000.
Yeah, but he bought a warranty though for $3,500.
Right, but I mean that's the only thing I see with a 100,000-mile warranty on it. Pre-owned.
Well, he would have been better off just to pay for the betterment.
Yep.
You know, because he probably would have been.
Well, hindsight's
$2,000 to $2,500.
I mean, you know, they're
well, no, 170,000 miles. I wouldn't even thought twice. We're going to put a short block in it. How much more if I pay out of pocket to put a fucking long block?
Buy a pair of heads.
Yeah.
Put it on while you're there. Yeah.
Kevin, are they putting in
The long block's
used?
only $5,000.
Huh?
Kevin, are they putting in used lower engine
That
halves?
I don't know.
I doubt that if it's going through the dealer and it's a Subaru back dealership warranty. I sincerely doubt they're using used.
Oh, good. Okay.
If it was something like, that's why I asked him about the, you know, if it was Auto Shield or something like that, I can guarantee it was used.
Yeah, Auto Shield's brutal. We just had one.
These little 50cc engines are cool.
Yeah, they are.
Would somebody wants to give away
two.
one?
Two.
Two? Can I have a picture of it? Like of what they were trying to give away?
I just texted him back.
Oh.
I'll see.
It's supposed to dribble out.
But since it didn't dribble out, it's low. We're not covering it. What? You gotta be kidding me. It wasn't Sean either.
Why are you looking
Sean's
for one?
No, but I think it would be fun to have one. I would
So you
prefer
just
a
don't screw with
moped.
him? He don't screw with you.
Yeah.
Like the old style moped with the pedals and stuff.
Oh, moped, you're right.
That's pretty much just an electric bike anymore.
Yeah, but I want one with a gasoline engine like in the 60s and 70s.
So you can contribute to the brown cloud?
Yeah, I mean, shorter winters. What's wrong with that?
So what do you...
Turn that joy into victory in Colorado. The race for governor and U.S. Senate starts now. Join me at 4.
Hi, Tom Martino, your troubleshooter, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. All right, so I don't know what to tell the guy with the 2009 Subaru. I want him to call me back. I want him to give me a copy of the warranty. I've never heard of such a warranty in my life. I do have some text. What does this mean? Napa stopped making the platinum oil filter. What do you guys recommend? What does that mean, the platinum oil filter? They
had three grades. They had the Pro, Gold, and Platinum. And we always use the Gold.
The Gold is fine, sir. If you're listening, I hope you're still listening.
Yep.
Okay. Somebody else wants to know about the a 50cc motor scooter. Okay. They have a couple they want to donate. I just asked them if they're street legal, but I guess they are, I found out. I think we could find good homes for them. I want to know, who do you prefer to donate them to? I imagine you want to donate them to someone who can use them for work or something. But in the winter, I mean, you don't drive these things year round, do you? I mean, my goodness gracious, you can't. Okay, somebody else wants to know about this service somebody's trying to sell them to clean their cabin air, a detoxification of the cabin air in their car and purification or whatever the hell they're calling it.
BG makes a product like that where you tap into the system and it cleans out, because I mean you're going to get contaminated in there. And
so what is it cleaning?
It's literally cleaning up pretty much your air ducts for your car.
So it's duct cleaning, and does it clean out? So what are they spraying in there? He said
it's a microbial of some kind. You know, it's supposed to try to.
So basically, it's duct cleaning for your car.
Yes, it'll also, you know, when you turn on your air conditioning, you get that musty smell. It almost smells like cheese or something like that. It'll get rid of that smell, because that's the stuff that's actually growing inside those ducts.
Exactly.
Okay. And speak for yourself, Kevin. If you have a car that smells like cheese, I've never had that. My God. Anyway, do you guys offer that service, Kev?
Oh, yeah, we do it all the time, especially in the summer with the air conditioning and stuff. We do it more in the summer.
Do people notice a difference?
Yeah, and a lot of times we'll do it with the air conditioning. We'll just spray an air freshener. You know the vent right by your wipers?
Yes.
You can spray a freshener in there when the fan's on high, and it'll pull it through for you. So you can buy a microbial spray if you like and just try it that way first.
Okay. And somebody said, speaking of warranties, like that guy had, they want to know what name did he say it was? I didn't write it down.
Veritas or something like that.
Veritas, which would mean truth, right? Anyway, here's what I want to know, or here's what this texter wants to know. Are there, in your experience, since you do service, have there been warranty companies that pay without question and are pretty damn good to deal with?
You know, they're always trying to find a way to duck out from it, but as long as that bill's under $1,000, most of the time you're not going to see an inspector or something like that. You know, they'll typically.
Who's been better to deal with, in your opinion?
Well, we were just talking about one because we have a common inspector that comes out we have no trouble with, and I had another inspector come in, and he's a pain in the butt.
Well, that's the inspectors, though. The warranty companies themselves. I mean,
they
we've always
follow
had
the
good
inspectors.
With GE, yeah, they follow the inspectors. And the inspectors, they don't work for the warranty company. They're actually a third party. They're hired. They pick up the job just like doing something like a home appraisal. So they come out, they do the inspection, or it's getting more and more common where they're doing virtual inspections with us. We can walk around.
Well,
the car,
give me a name
video.
of some companies that pay without question.
None of them pay without question. It's just a matter of what level of repair are you performing, the cost of that repair, and how much they really want to dink around.
Okay, who do you like dealing with?
GE has been the one I've always had the
GE
most
is
luck
good.
with.
Endurance is good.
Wait, are you talking about GE as in General Electric?
Yeah, it's a division of the same company, yeah.
They do an aftermarket warranty?
Yep.
Who else?
Endurance.
And what about Car Shield?
Worst
They're 50,
on the
they're
market,
50-50 for us. We'll get one or two in a row, and we think we're doing great, and then we get one or two they just
I
drag.
typically get them to approve, but they do not pay for new parts. They're going to send you used crap. So I let my customers know right off the bat, you're going to have an out-of-pocket expense here because I'm not putting that stuff in. If they approve $2,000 and the job's $3,000, if you want me to do it, you're going to have $1,000 out of pocket. If not, you're going to have to take it to the next guy.
Okay, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. More coming right up.
Now, Impact Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Ben Ferguson Podcast.
Well, things are looking pretty smooth out there on the major highways around the metro area. No major crashes or delays. Traffic a lot lighter than usual today. If you're headed out to the airport, Pena Boulevard inbound, a little heavy from I-70 through 56th Avenue. So plan for a little time leaving if you are going to the airport. Off highway, we're dealing with an accident. Fitzsimmons Parkway and East 17th. Accident there reported and causing some slight delays. 225 across Aurora and the Spillway looking good. About 10 minutes between I-70 and I-25. Denver weather this afternoon, snow and highs in the low 30s. Tonight, scattered snow showers and a low of 30. It's currently 34 in Denver with your Impact Traffic and Weather. Jeffrey Dalle, 630 KHOW.
Coming up on the Ben Ferguson podcast, Joe Biden calls 250 million Americans garbage for supporting Donald Trump. So will this be the undoing of the Harris campaign? I'll break down the data for you.
You know, that promo's so outdated.
Now.
Gravina's Windows and Doors, 950 West Evans, the original Gravina's. Yeah, in business since 88. And you know what? They have 50 lines of windows. Let me tell you something. That is a sign of strength and variety when you can have 50 lines of windows to give consumers choice. They also have multiple lines of siding and doors. So look to Gravina's, 950 West Evans, for some great products and good people. They have the heritage other companies only wish for. 303-472-8462.
As a and that's why they don't want to hire Gen Z out of college.
I hope my daughter did not just get a fucking dog.
Maybe that's why you're going to lunch.
Go get the fucking dog.
was talking about going around the country. He said I was shocked in Texas, going into the bank and a big sign, please leave your guns in the car.
It's Texas, man. What are you talking about?
Oh, yeah?
Just started my truck.
Oh.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I got to look at mine. It's taking too long to warm up. I keep looking. I just can't pull the trigger on anything. The prices are so stupid.
I've just got mine back. Finally got the hail damage repaired.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Was that 8 months?
It's over a year. So, but now I got to take it back because they didn't hook up my freaking microphone for the hands-free. So it sees the phone, everything works, but it can't hear me. So I pick up the phone and people keep hanging up on me because I can't get to my phone so quick enough to turn on the handset. Hmm?
Giving Mark a hard time about his driveway. Remember last year?
Oh, you got his tractor stuck?
Send Suze out to make sure the tractor didn't get stuck this year. I wouldn't even worry about a tractor down there. I mean, the pony ride, they get buried pretty good, but I just have a little Jeep or something to slow plow.
I'm thinking about getting a blade for my Ranger.
10 seconds here, guys.
2 hours in talk radio, aiming to cut through the clutter and wash out the white noise of the mainstream media. The only missing ingredient is you. Join me each day of the work week, starting at 2 here on 630 KHAL.
All right, Tom Martino here, 303-713-TALK, 713-8255. I have a lot of texts, but do we have any? Let me just see. I want to make sure we're not leaving. Okay, we don't have any callers, but good. These texts are just, let me put it to you this way. I can't even believe some of them, okay? I'm trying to, okay, listen to this one. Ready? Oh, God, some of them are so stupid. Okay, I don't know if this is stupid. Is it recommended that I only replace front brake pads? They said that's all I need.
Yeah, sure. About 80% of your braking's done in the front.
So there's nothing wrong with that?
No, you'll go 2 to 1 on the front to the back. Yeah.
Okay, good. How about this one? Are you excited about the prospect of an AMG version of an electric Mercedes-Benz? But I always thought the AMG had to do with the engine and the blue lining and all of that. So what the hell does an AMG mean in an electric car?
Must be splitting off.
It's marketing.
Yeah, it's over my head.
Marketing. Okay. I want a cheap, relatively fast car, reliable, that can fit a dog cage.
Is this a Romney family?
No, I mean, so what are we talking about here? Okay, I'll tell you what. Okay, like an older, Blazer or something, right?
Yeah, or any SUV would fit.
An older SUV.
Sure.
But right now in this market, nothing's cheap.
Nothing's cheap.
Okay, what does it mean? And I don't know if this is a joke or not. When my car's hard to steer, and there's a battery light on, I think the car's off. I don't know what the hell they're talking. No, seriously, that's the question.
The belt is off.
No, something. Oh, yeah.
The belt.
No, the belt is off because
the alternator's not turning.
Oh, okay. Very good, guys. And what are the potential drawbacks of using Carvana instead of a conventional dealership? Listen, I've always said this before. It's not where you buy, it's how you buy. And if you're stupid, Carvana makes you more stupid. And dealers can take advantage of you. So none of that works. I mean, really, don't even concentrate on the method. Concentrate on learning. Anyway, we're out of time. I just want to say goodbye and save all your problems for me.
You're clear, buddy.
Thanks, man. See you guys. That was crazy. Okay, I'm getting ready.